Time now for sports on Max 98.3. Sports brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big B Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. The Coca-Cola pregame is up next.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
Time now for the Coca-Cola pregame show.
And we are live here at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee, as you heard the applause for us as we come. Actually, they're introducing the band seniors. Nobody applauds for us. That's never going to happen. But big game tonight, NLC contest. Plymouth wants to get back in that win column. Mishawaka is they just want to keep that juggernaut rolling.
Mishawaka comes in the game tonight undefeated in the conference. Their only loss being to a Penn team, and I think that was a one-score game. And if I remember right, I think Mishawaka led most of that game.
Yeah, that may give you an idea how good they are.
They are a top 5 team. I'm just looking at them in warm-up. I'm really looking forward to seeing one of the top Indiana high school teams play tonight.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. We have an injury we're going to talk about here in just a moment. We'll let you know what that is, and we'll be right back. You're listening to our pregame show, Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Plymouth against Mishawaka.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Who's in, who's out? Here's the Hoosier Tire injury report.
Well, as I said, we have an injury to talk about. It wasn't official until this afternoon, actually, as school was ending, but Plymouth running back Finn Holm, who's having such a great senior year, will not be available. He is not dressed. We will not see him tonight.
That's going to be a big blow to Plymouth. He was averaging over 100 yards a game, and just that tough, hard-nosed kid that when you needed a couple of yards you could count on. So that's Plymouth's going to have a big blow to him there.
They're going to have Josh Gibbons stepping in to take that spot at the running back in the backfield, and Christian Cruz Mahler, a sophomore, will take over at the other H-back. So a couple of moves there. We've got a bunch of moves on the line. We'll talk about those later because they weren't entering too. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But Finn Hollum unavailable for Plymouth tonight. We'll take a break and we come back. We're going to talk with John Kleindienst, our Player of the Week a week ago. Tony, the Boss Ross Player of the Week. So we'll have that interview for you coming up.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Coach's Corner brought to you by Marion's University and Silla College.
And we're with the Tony the Boss Ross Player of the Week, John Kleindienst. Man, I've been waiting to talk to you for a couple of years. I got to admit, one of the reasons why you're in this position is because you probably don't remember Tony at all. He was quite a guy, but he would have loved you. I mean, watching you play, I get the feeling there's nothing you'd rather do on a Friday than be out there.
And that means a lot to me. Coming from you, obviously, I do love playing football. It means a bunch to me. I'm a 3-sport athlete, but football is what I thrive for. I wake up every morning, and that's what I want to go do. I want to go out there and play football and make my teammates better. I just got to say that even 2 years ago, you got to play as a sophomore a little bit. I know that my partner Joe McKee the minute you're out there, he says that guy is my guy because. And once again, anybody who's seen you play, there's an energy and a joy in what you do that is infectious to people watching you. Yes, sir. And, I do that for my family. My grandmother passed away in the off-season this year, and that's what I'm really out here to prove is she never got to see me play football, so I'm really playing for her this year. And all the years before that, I'm just playing for everyone out there in the stands, and I want to make everyone laugh and have fun out there.
It should be fun, shouldn't it?
Yes, that's what football's all about. It's just the fun and making people have love for the game.
I was told to ask you if you were supposed to be on the field during that punt block. Now, your coach is sitting right here with us. Do you want to be diplomatic, or do you want to tell us what happened?
So I'll be completely honest. I was not supposed to be on the field, but I'm glad I was out there. And I was even laid off the ball if you guys go back and watch it. I shouldn't have blocked that, but I'm really glad I did. I was really happy, and I think it made my night.
See, but that's one of those things that goes with this award. I mean, you're a lineman. You got to do what you got to do, and it doesn't seem to me it matters to you what side of the ball you're on. You just want to play and play hard.
And it is what it is. Last year, I was out there during practice. I dislocated my pinky. It was bent in a 90-degree angle. I went over to the trainer, popped it back in place, and I was right back out there. And all my teammates were like, "Oh, John, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. Let's get back to practice. Let's develop our skills and have a good day."
Talk about yourself a little bit. When did you start playing football?
So I started playing football in 2nd grade. No one in my family ever really played football. They never got into it. We were more of a working family, but as soon as I started in the 2nd grade, I knew I had a love for it. I've always wanted to play running back, but coaches are always on me and tell me I never can't. So I guess that is what it is. I tried getting Ben to toss me the ball one time. That didn't work out.
Well, you got in on a punt block you weren't supposed to be in on, so maybe, there's still time in this year.
Yeah, I tried getting on it too, but some person came up and pushed me over, and oh man, I was mad. Let me tell you.
Well, remember there was a guy named the Fridge that kind of made this all, possible for a lineman to run the football. So, don't lose hope.
I mean, we got a couple weeks left, so maybe Mishawaka comes around or something. We need someone to punch it in. I'm the man.
I'm looking at the face of your head coach. I don't think you've sold him at all. I don't think there's any sales job there to be done.
I don't think I'm ever getting it running back. It's just a joke at this point.
Talk about your family. You mentioned them. That's obvious. They're obviously very important to you. And your mom and dad's names, your brothers and sisters.
Yes. So I have a mom, a stepmom, and a dad. And my dad's name is John as well. So is my grandpa. And my mother's name is Erin, and my stepmother's name is Heather. And they all mean really a lot to me. And my biggest supporter, in my opinion, is my sister. Her name is Danae, and she has a little daughter named Nova. And after the game, man, win or loss, I go out there, they cheer me up. I could be crying in their arms or laughing out loud. They really make me want to play ball.
It's obvious that family means a lot to you.
Yeah, family's one thing that really does bring it out. I mean, on the field, I try to be supportive, and sometimes I'm not, but I promise it's always good intent out there, and I love everyone out there on that field, man.
Let's talk about that fire a little bit. I mean, I can recall a few jumping off sides penalties and things like that over the time. I mean, there's that anxiousness. I mean, how do you temper that? Because there is a line. I mean, and obviously you've figured out where that is. How do you do that?
Yeah, so I jump off sides all the time, and I mean it's my fault. I mean, I don't watch the ball, to be completely honest. I think that it's better for me to time it up and just get out there, because if I do watch that ball, I'm kind of off. So, but this year I've kind of started to watch the dude in front of me and see when he moves. So I'm getting a little bit better at that. Still jumped off sides a couple times. And I'm not always hearing the quarterback at center either.
I was going to say, you're the center at quarterback.
Yeah, but we're trying. We're getting it out there. I had a couple of struggles today during practice. Got yelled at, but, I love the game, so it is what it is. And I always try keeping my head up.
Let's talk about the other sports you play, too. I mean, you said you're a three-sport athlete. What else do you do?
Yes, sir. So I wrestle in the winter, and in the spring I play baseball. I'm not the best at it, but it's fun.
Oh, you're a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Oh, now I love you even more, man.
Yeah, I play baseball. I'm not the best at it, but my other good sport is probably wrestling. I haven't done as much off-season wrestling as I would have wanted to, but I wrestled with Anthony Popey. He's really my perseverance and joy into that sport, and he taught me really everything I know, along with Travis Smith.
I was going to say, Travis and Anthony, you couldn't have two better teachers than that.
Oh, man, just the joy that they bring in the room when you're sitting there down, I mean, running around and everything, tired. They bring up the energy, and it gets you going. You have a good day.
So when did you get started in wrestling?
Wrestling, I would say like 3 or 4
Oh,
years old.
really? Okay.
Yeah. So there actually used to be a club in our auxiliary gym here in Plymouth, and I came into that when I was about 3 or 4, and I've been wrestling since.
So how about baseball? When did you get involved with that?
Baseball, so T-ball. I don't really.
No, there you go.
I don't
That's
know
a
what
long time
age
ago.
that was, but yeah, I haven't really progressed in that sport. But
So what position you play?
I play first base. I can do some catching, but I haven't done any of that in high school. Mostly just first base because I tore my meniscus my sophomore year in wrestling. So I really just stick to first base in baseball.
I was going to say, you look like a catcher to me.
Yeah, I can do it, but it's a lot of pressure on my knee, and I mean, my right knee may or may not be hurting, so we got to figure out what that is after the season's done.
I'm going to say, you have the mentality of a catcher, too. I raised one, so I know that, too. It's just that get me dirty, get me down into everything, and that's kind of the way you go at it, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's the way I play everything, man. I play with my hair on fire. I forget who told me that. I think it was Gene Skirvin. Told us to play with our hair on fire my sophomore year, and I mean that's what I thought of every time I'm in there on defense. I just want to get back there and make a play for my team.
I got to be honest, hair on fire, that's an old guy term, so yeah, it's got to be Coach Skirvin.
Yeah.
That's from one old guy, so anyway. Let's talk about school a little bit. What's your favorite subject?
So my favorite subject used to be math, and I'm really good at math until I got into pre-calculus and trigonometry, and trigonometry spanked me, man. Let me tell you, it was the most confusing thing ever, and that's where I cut it off. But I have a 3.5 GPA. I enjoy school. I am currently involved in an EMT program to get fully certified as an EMT, and I am already fully certified as a firefighter.
Okay, we talked to Ben last week. He's in that same program. I mean, talk about that a little bit. It's brand new, but you guys, you're going to I'm guessing, have jobs when you get done.
Yes, sir. So the fire department here in town hires 3 people a year full time. And, well, we have about 3 guys that teach us, and they teach us separately on different days. And, we just really build really good bonds with those dudes, and they work for the fire station. So once we get out of this program, it's just going to be a really good spot for us to go for our next step in our life.
You have any aspirations to go to college then, or just is this going to be enough?
I mean, I love football. I really strive to play football, and I try doing my best to get out to recruiters and everything. But I feel like if I can't find a college that wants to, help me with money, because I'm not that wealthy, and if they could help me with the money and they have a paramedic or a health class that I could go into, and I think I would go play ball. I love football, so.
Well, man, it was great to get to know you. It was great to talk to you, and good luck the rest of the season, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. We hope to beat that Warsaw this week.
John Kleindes, the Plymouth offensive and defensive lineman, and we'll be right back.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student-athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
And Adam Hanley joins us, head coach of the Plymouth Rockies. Another week of practice, a tough loss last week, but you're at that part in your season where it's a tough week every week.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to be the rough part of the season, and it makes it even rougher when we're not really showing up to play right away. And I feel like most of the part we've been waiting until 7:15 to start playing football, and by then we're down, and we've gone 3 and out and stuff like that. So. The challenge this week is to make sure we're starting and ready to go at 7 o'clock.
Well, even at that, it's even worse on the road. I mean, every coach I talk to says, especially on the road, we got to get out and hit them quick.
Yeah, I mean, we've taken the ball last 2 weeks with the anticipation to go down and score and set the tempo and say, hey, we're here to play, and we haven't done that offensively. And then, like I said before, we blink, we're down 7-0, 14-0, and we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole. So on the road is tough, but we get to be at home this week, and yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm sure there were some things that you saw that you liked. What did you see that you were happy with?
I mean, I was pleased with just finishing the game. Obviously, his first half didn't go as planned. I felt like we played pretty well in the second half. But the game of football is 4 quarters, so we've challenged them all week to make sure we're playing 4 quarters. And offensively, I think at times we moved the ball, but we hurt ourselves with penalties. We got to find a way to fix those. And then defensively, same thing. I felt like we had couple of really good plays, and then after we had 2 nice plays, they were followed up with a gain of 30 or something like that. So, I've liked at times what we saw offensively and defensively. We just got to sustain that more often.
Had a week of practice. I mean, what's been the focus?
Yeah, Mishawaka likes to run the ball. They're really good at running the ball. So we've just kind of emphasized to our kids that that's what they like to do, and they want to do that a lot. So we've got to make sure we make them earn every single yard. We're not going to stop them from running the ball. Like, they're going to run the ball, but we got to continue to make sure we stop them from getting big plays. And if we get into a 4th down or a 3rd and short, making sure we make them earn that and get them off the field if we can. It's got to be a hard mentality for your defense, too. I mean, if they get 3 yards, they're happy. I mean, they're totally content with that on every play. And that, if they can do that all night long, that becomes really tough. Absolutely. I mean, that's the goal, right? They're 3 yards in a cloud of dust or something like that is what they say. And, if we can get them to some penalties, false starts, holdings, offsides, any of that kind of stuff, obviously that gets them behind the sticks, and that puts us in the driver's seat because, 3 yards, on 1st and 15 is okay for our part, right? We're doing okay. So, if we get to that point, obviously, or they start throwing the ball, obviously we're frustrating them and making them earn the yards, and we're getting them off their consistency and stuff like that. Let's talk about you guys for a little bit, too, because you're at that point in the year where the next 2 weeks are important, not just to win the games, but because you got to be ready to play your best ball when you get to the playoff rounds.
where do you think you are right now?
Yeah, we had that three game stretch. Obviously, our 3-game win streak. We were playing well and moving the ball, and then the last 2 weeks, I felt like we've kind of hit a lull, and we haven't really changed anything. So this week was kind of get back to the drawing board and figure out why we're not having the success we had. Obviously, the competition level is different, but we should still be able to move the ball here and there regardless of who we're playing. And so that's kind of the goal this week, is to make sure that we're executing the ground game again like we were during that 3-game stretch, and obviously get back to where we want to be, regardless of the opponent, and then make sure we're hitting our stride come playoff time.
Obviously, I was there for your last loss, but that was the one thing that I came away with. I mean, Warsaw's defense is good, but you ran the ball on in that second half.
Well, that's what was the frustrating part. We didn't change anything in the second half. We ran the same scheme, same plays in the second half as we did in the first half, and we just had a lot of success. So it just shows that we can do it. We're capable of doing it. And I think the kids are bought into that. And then the Northwood game was just one of those weird games, going to Northwood and all the stuff like that. I don't feel like we ever established our round game, and we were down 21-0 at one point, and we had to start throwing the ball to get back in the game, and it's just not our game, right? That's not who we are right now, and we've got to continue to work the ground game.
Let's talk about your offense a little bit, because you had a bunch of guys came in at the beginning of the year, first time on Friday night, a lot of new players. How do you feel they've grown over the year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're definitely more comfortable. I don't feel like they're seeing ghosts and stars and things like that out there, which is obviously nice. When they get off the field, they're able to communicate what they're seeing, and versus saying, like, I don't know what happened, coach. I don't even know what that was. So that's nice when they're able to communicate that with us. And, up front, again, the 5 up front are coming together, continuing to work hard. And then, we knew what we were going to get out of Finn. We knew what we were going to get out of Metzger and Davis and Fernando. And so it's really good to see Ben kind of own into that, and Gibbons as well, kind of stepping into those roles and being varsity players for us.
Has Ben grown into what you thought he would be? I mean, I know he had a little different skill set, and it caused some rethinking on a couple of things, but has he become what you thought he would at this point?
Yeah, he's kind of surprised us a little bit. I think we didn't know early on in the summer how much he was going to be able to run for us. Yeah. And I think he's actually done a really good job of running the ball, even scrambling, passing situations. He's able to take off, and he's kind of got a little bit of shiftiness to him that I didn't think we didn't know about. But he's a gamer, right? He's a multi-sport athlete that just loves to compete, and that's what we know we're going to get out of him every night.
I guess another question at this point of the year, too, is are you healthy? I mean, that becomes a big part of whether you're going to play well or not.
Yeah, going into week 8, there's no such thing as healthy. I mean, let's be honest. I think everybody's got something going on. I think we got a couple broken fingers, a couple bumped knees, some shoulder injuries. Like, it's just kind of those nagging injuries. Nothing season-ending, nothing bad like we had last year. But, yeah, nobody is really, I would say, healthy by any means. But we're trying to make do with what we got, get them the treatment they can do during the week, maybe take them out of some drills, some heavy-hitting drills and things like that during the week to have the anticipation to be healthy and ready to go on Friday.
Let's talk a little bit about Mishawaka. I mean, it's another Warsaw, foot to foot on your splits and come right at you. But they do some different kinds of things, don't they?
Yeah, it's a version of that offense that they all like to run. But, yeah, they're very much so modernize it a little bit. They do some different orbit motions and round motions and flat motions and bubbles and things like that. And but ultimately they just like to run downhill. They're not doing a whole lot of reading. It's just downhill football, power football, and they're saying our guys are stronger than yours. It ain't nothing special. They have that. They have it in their offense. They can do it, but it's not what they've done recently and as of late. And it's just going to come down to who wants to, be the bigger man and the stronger man to make the plays.
Tell us about your game plan. I mean, obviously you've had 3 or 4 different kinds of opponents to work on this. I mean, what is the plan this week?
Yeah, we just got to continue to run the ball. We've had our spurts where we looked really good running the ball, and then we've had our spurts where we've stepped the wrong direction, missed blocks, not got off our, out of our stance, and it's just frustrating because we've seen the success. We know we have the ability to do it. We just got to do it more consistently, and then we got to find a way to finish in the end zone. Like we can't stall out at midfield or, go for it on 4th down on our own 30-yard line or their 30-yard line. We've got to find a way to get points.
We'll get that W. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rustin.
That's Plymouth head coach Adam Hanley.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone From burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist, the professionals along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Here's the keys to the game.
And welcome back. We're live once again here at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, as we get ready for this NLC contest with Mishawaka and Plymouth. And keys to the game, I guess whoever stops whoever's running game the most times will come away with a W. That's about all you can say.
Well, yeah, you can say that. But I think another key for Plymouth is they got to keep this game close. They can't lose the game in the first two quarters. They got to get it into the third and fourth quarter and see where they can go from there. Mishawaka's good. I mean, let's be honest. This is going to be a tough task for Plymouth. They're going to have to play almost a perfect game, but it's doable. I mean, it's absolutely doable.
Let's talk about that for a second, too, because with the way they run offense, and, once again, it's the same thing with Bart Curtis at Warsaw. Everybody talks about their offense. I think his defense is one of the best ones I've ever seen. These guys play very similarly. They're big, they're fast, they like to run around, they like to cause havoc. If you get behind more than two scores, that's more like a 3 or 4 score lead with another team, the way they can just freeze the ball.
Yeah, in defense, they'll just pin their ears back and go. And on offense, the way they run the ball, I mean, they'll be methodical going down the field, just getting first down, just churning up that clock. So we can't fall behind more than 1, maybe 2 scores going into the third or fourth quarter if we hope to have a chance to win.
It's a little bit like what we talked about so many times during the game against Warsaw. They get 2.5, 3 yards on a carry. For some teams, they were perfectly happy with that every single time they run a play.
Yeah, they'd be real happy with that. And Finn being out tonight, that's going to a different look for us on offense. But, next man up. I think we've got a good ability to get some yards against their defense, and we'll see what happens.
It is a different look. All it does is move one guy from one spot back into the backfield, as Gibbons will just move from that H-back spot to the halfback. But, you're bringing in a sophomore. You're asking a lot of him, giving him a start. He's seen a lot of action this year, but probably going to be on the field a lot more tonight.
Yeah, and I just wonder if they're going to have to try to throw the ball a little bit more. And, it's going to have to make adjustments as they go. They're going to have to take what Mishawaka gives them.
Christian Cruz-Mahler, that sophomore, he's got a lot of promise. He's a big, strong, fast guy. He's that prototypical receiver in this kind of an offense.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to tonight's game, Rusty. I really am. It's perfect weather out here. We got one of the top 5 school in the state, and Plymouth still, has an NLC winning record.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing, and it's going to be a hard-nosed game.
It is going to be just that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Here's your starting lineup, brought to you by First Federal Savings.
And let's take a look at that starting lineup. We'll start with the defense because Plymouth has deferred now on the toss. They will take the second half kickoff, so they'll start off on the defensive side of the ball. We've got a couple of changes in that front line. Not new names, new positions. Carlos Carrillo is still at that nose guard spot, but Owen Verhage steps down on one side and Ethan Hall on the other. They will be the defensive ends tonight. And coming into the starting lineup in the backfield then is Brody Lebo. And Grady Metzger will take the other linebacker spot on that left side. They'll go with Coppin and Cotton, who have been there all year long. Your secondary, pretty much the same. Kaz Hunt will be at one of the safety spots. Tatum Woods will be at the other. He hasn't started before, but seen a lot of action out there. Ethan O'Leary is one corner, Andres Medrano the other. And that's your Plymouth starting defense, brought to you by First Federal Savings Bank. We'll get the offense when they get back out on the field. But Plymouth going to kick it away. A couple of changes there on that defensive front, and that gives them some speed on those corners. Verhage and Hall have played linebacker most of the year, and they're going to step down and put their hand on the ground for a change.
Well, I think they're going to need some extra speed tonight, Rusty. Containment's going to be a real key for Plymouth's defense tonight, and just their reads. They're going to have to be disciplined in how they come off their blocks.
And the reads are going to be on Caden O'Neill, the running back, the fullback in this offense, and the quarterback Landon Snyder for Mishawaka, as they both have over 900 yards on the season, both averaging around 150 yards a game rushing. So they will they'll have the ball in their hands a lot tonight. Carlos Carrillo is set to kick it off. And back deep, can't get the number on him, but we'll get it in a minute. Coming forward, Carrillo ready, and he's going to bounce one right to the front man, and it's going to be coming back to the 50. Carrillo just bounced it into the ground, tried to pop it up over the head of Alex Demigod, but he couldn't get it over his head. And so Mishawaka with great field position to start.
And I think that was a designed kick, too, kind of that high bounce or maybe go off a up defender for Mishawaka, but like you said, Mishawaka's got great field position on the Plymouth 49-yard line.
Seeing a lot more of that kind of kickoff these days. I know a lot of that with some coaches that I've talked to about it. They say, well, we don't want to deal with their speed. Our guys on the kickoff cover are not as fast as their guys on the kickoff receive, and so we want to minimize that by doing that. But that was almost an onside kick.
And it might have been an onside kick. I'm not sure.
1st and 10, football on the Plymouth side of the 50, just barely. And Snyder will bring him out. Now, they do a few different things with this look. It's that double wing look, handoff right up the middle, and a big hit. Now, you see why Hall and Verhage are in there. They just crashed down on that. And they introduced themselves to Caden O'Neill very quickly.
That was a nice play. That's what they're going to have to do all night. They're going to have to get that fullback. They're going to have to contain him right off the bat.
Pickup of about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Wide receiver in this set is Colton Handley. The running back, as we said, is O'Neill. It is a double wing. Now they're going to move the wings down on the line. Now they come back. They will not huddle either. That is the other wrinkle to the way they run the game. Handoff once again. O'Neill gets a couple. He'll be knocked down at the 45. One of the guys leading the way there is number 32 for Plymouth, Caden Barrera, who's on the field. Metzger with the help on that. I tell you what, Metzger at linebacker can be kind of frightening.
Yeah, I kind of like that play, actually. He's a really good athlete, and he's very aggressive.
He's been having a great year at safety. He is at the next level of prototypical safety. The coaching staff thinks he'll be a great college player at safety if he decides he wants to be. Wide out to the right this time. O'Neill, the running back. Man in motion is to the left. They'll go to the left with Snyder, and he's stacked up. He'll be a yard shy at the 40. Don't think it's decision time. I don't have any doubt they're going to go for it.
They're not even going to hesitate here. 4th and short. They're already up the line. Quarterback sneak. I love the quarterback sneak, Rusty.
And quarterback is under center in the way they run the offense. 4th and 1. Football just on the Mishawaka side of the 40-yard line. Snyder gets the play from the sideline. He'll send somebody in motion, and they'll watch how we react to it. Snap, they'll hand it off to O'Neal. Ball on the ground, and it looks like Plymouth's got it. They do.
There's what we need.
Coffin with the recovery on the fumble, as I think there was some, not miscommunication. I don't think Snyder could decide whether he wanted to hand it or pull it, and it ended up on the ground.
Pulled that really late, like you said. I think there was a little indecision, and first big break there goes to Plymouth. I mean, that was a great stand by their defense, starting out on their own side of the field.
1st and 10 here. Football at the Plymouth 38. Ben Shively has him out. Gibbons, the running back, to his left. Wides to both sides. Man in the slot to the right. Snap. Shively hands it off. Gibbons goes to the right side. He's got some room to run, and he's down to the 47. A nice pickup of 8.
And showed a nice little burst of speed there. I mean, he hit that hole awful quick.
Gibbons with his first carry picks up 8. It's 2nd down and 1. Clock running. We're just underway in the first. No score. 9:30 to be official. Man in the slot is to the right. H-backs to the left. Fernando in motion. Hand off to Gibbons. He'll go up the left side, and
it's depends on which
close.
Official.
Once again, here we go again. Which side you're on, they're going to give them a first down. So first down brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Plymouth with the first down of the game. They'll come out with the football at the 48-yard line. Shively in the shotgun. Gibbons to his left. Slot man to the left this time. Wides to both sides. Hand off up the middle. That's going nowhere. Gibbons going to be smothered on the right side of the line. Great job coming up to fill. Ken Clemente, the linebacker in the middle. He just closed that off as fast as it opened.
Mishawaka had a good push there up the middle there and gave Gibbons nowhere to run.
2nd down, 10. Man in the slot to this side is Fernando. Snap, they're going to go to the left side. Pitch, going to get into the hands of Gibbons. He'll get knocked down at the Mishawaka 48, so a pickup of about 4. Let's set that offensive starting group for you. It's going to be Carson Rivera and Hudson Davis, the hands man at the tackle positions. You got Ezekiel Sosa and Jacob Oliveras at the guards. John Kleinden's the center. And the quarterback, Ben Shively. Running back tonight is Josh Gibbons, Christian Cruz Mahler. And a quick pass here on 3rd down is complete. Well, they're going to say it's incomplete. Got knocked out of the hands of Jose Fernando, the slot. He's the starter there. Grady Metzger, the starter, at one wide out, and Davis Jones at the other. And now it's going to be 4th down and 8. Plymouth's going to have to punt.
And that was a good throw. I think it was going to end up about a yard short, but that might have gave Plymouth the opportunity to go for it on 4th down. But switching the field here now.
Out to punt is Ryder Goodman. He is the quarterback for the JV team. He'll take the snap, kicks it away, low line drive to the left. Punt. Bounces at about the 15. It'll bounce out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. Going to be close to the 10, and it's going to be at the 12. So nice punt, goes out of bounds, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Mishawaka at the Mishawaka 12.
About a 40-yard punt, and it flipped the field position and gave them to on the 12. So Plymouth's defense did their job the first time. Let's see if we can keep that going.
No score here, just underway, 7:47 to play. Second possession by Mishawaka. They went 3 and out on their first one, fumbled it actually on 4th down. And so now they'll bring him out again. It's Snyder, the quarterback. He's got O'Neal, his running back. Wideouts to both sides this time. H-back on the left. And they're going to put Mason on the right. He's right behind the tackle. Snyder, Mason in motion. They're going to hand it off right up. No, Snyder going to pull it this time. He'll run it himself. Nice pickup on 1st down of 5. He's knocked down in there once again by Barrera. And it'll be 2nd down and 5. Football at the 17. Now they'll come in. They're going to bring the wide out from the left in a little bit tighter. Wide out from the right also. Anderson Cannon will move in very tight to the tackles. H-backs on both sides. Fullback is O'Neill. Snyder ready to go under center, has a man in motion. He'll keep it, pitches it now to the wingman. Mason has room on the corner. He beats everybody to the outside. Plymouth going to get saved as a flag comes in from all the way back at the 40, all the way back into the 20. Big gain of 15 yards, but it's going to come back as Mason was the recipient of a hold, I believe.
And I'm impressed with the official throwing that flag. He threw that thing 25, 30 yards in the air.
Absolutely did. He was standing clear. He was the far back judge, which stands all the way back behind the safety, and he threw it all the way back into the line of scrimmage.
Plymouth's going to have to deal with that all night, though. They're going to have to set that edge because Mishawaka is so quick.
You saw there Mason took that pitch, and he was gone around the corner. He's a senior. Seems like I've been calling his name. I have been calling his name for years. Second down now. It's going to be 11. Football all the way back to the 11. Play coming in from the sideline now as the Cavemen look over for the call. They've got one of those number boards, too, like we saw a couple of weeks ago.
I kind of like those.
Yeah, it is kind of cool, those little neon light things. O'Neill, the fullback, man in the slot actually to the left, a very short slot, goes in motion. Handoff goes right up the middle, nowhere for O'Neill to go. As once again, Ethan Hall right there, and he was helped out by the guy on the other side, who was Dom Vasquez.
And Ethan Hall's a big kid, too. He's listed at 6'3", 220, and he looks the part.
He's another guy who doesn't miss leg day.
No.
He has dedicated himself to the weight room. There is no question of that. Third down now, about 11, just a little bit further than 10. Football just outside of the 12-yard line. No score, 6:02 clock running. Snyder. Man goes in motion is Mason. Fake handoff, pitches it to the wingman on the other side. Carson Francis, and he's knocked down. Good play by Coffin as he recovers and knocks him short of the first down. I don't know. It looks like they're going to send the punt team on, so it'll be 4th and 3.
And that was a good play by Coffin because he had nothing but open field in front of him, and at minimum a first down.
You know, it's funny, that play has worked twice, differing the holding call. That was the same play to the left side. So a nice game, but not enough. And Mishawaka will be forced to punt. Kaz Hunt, the man back to receive. It's like Blake Vandenberg will kick it. He's the punter. He's ready to go. Good snap. He'll kick it. Plymouth setting up the return. End-over-end kick. Hunt almost dropped it, and now it's loose on the ground. I think he got it back. Kaz Hunt fielded it, had it kind of fumbled through his hands. He was wise to drop straight to the ground and cover it, but he had 3 men reaching in there trying to pull it away, but Plymouth will keep it.
Really good field position right at midfield. That was about a 27-yard punt.
So let's see what Plymouth can do with their second possession. 5 minutes to play in the first. No score. Wide out to both sides. Metzger is here to the near side. Man in the slot is Fernando. Now Gibbons going to go to the left side of Shively. Snap. Everybody was moving except the center. And that was going to be Shively running the football to the left, but it doesn't even get started.
You know, there was confusion right off the bat there. The offense never felt comfortable or settled in on that play.
So 5 yards back, and we've seen all year long a penalty on offense is almost always a killer.
Yeah, and Plymouth can't afford any kind of penalties tonight like that, especially unnecessary ones.
1st and 15 now. Football at the 45. Shively has him out. He's got wides to both sides. Fernando in the slot to the left. Gibbons to his left. Man in motion is Mahler. Snap. Shively will take it. Goes to the left, picking his way through a big traffic jam. He'll spend a lot of energy to get through for 4 before he's knocked to the ground shy of the 50.
Nice, patient run. The hole wasn't there initially. He just kind of waited for it to open up and got the penalty yardage back, but still in the hole with 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 football on the 49 of Plymouth. Clock running at 4:30 in the first. We have no score. Plymouth's second possession. were able to get a first down the first time through. The second time, we'll see what they can do. Wideouts to both sides, slot to the right, H-back to the right. Snap to Shively. Gibbons gets through the tackle, gets back across the line of scrimmage, and he got bent backwards.
He did. He's hopping up. Oh, to be young, Rusty. That one hurt me up here.
He got bent in half going through there, and he'll pick up maybe a yard. Football now on the Mishawaka side of the 49. It's 3rd and 9.
Well, you don't want to risk any kind of turnover here, but you want to give yourself a chance for a first down.
We'll see what Mishawaka wants to do defensively. It looks like they're going to go man-to-man on the, they're going to pull that safety back. So they got zone coverage on both. Snap, looking to the left. Shively looking downfield now. Nothing there. Runs out, throws it over the top. Boy, I'll tell you what, he
was open.
Davis Jones standing all alone at the 35-yard line and just missed him. And so now it'll be 4th and 9.
Yeah, that's one he's going to want back because Jones just settled in an empty spot there, and there was nobody around him, and that would have been good enough for a first down.
Threw it behind him. He couldn't even get a hand on it. So, punt now. Second time coming out to do the honors. It's partially blocked, but got away in a low-line drive that bounces out of bounds. This may be.
If he tipped it, though, it's not. It can't be roughing.
They're going to say roughing the kicker.
So then he must not have tipped it.
Must not have touched it, but it sure looked like it got touched to me, didn't it to you?
It was a high snap. He was kind of off balance when he kicked it. I think that's what the Mishawaka coach is saying, that it's partially blocked. But
Ryder Goodman is the punter tonight. And they're going to go with they ask Academy, do you want it?
Well, no, they're only giving him 5.
They're only giving him the 5 yards.
But, go ahead.
It won't be an automatic first down. It'll be 4th down and 4.
But that was a pretty poor punt, so we got a chance to get flip the field position a little more.
So Goodman will be back out deep is Snyder and is Drew Ginter on the other side. The punt high. Snyder going to take it at the 10. He's going to run back to the left side. Gets past the hash, out to the numbers. He's all the way back to the 30. He'll get drug out of bounds there by the Plymouth defender, but he comes up and gets a 35-yard return on a decent punt.
Yeah, it ended up being about the same as what it would have been, but boy, it just looks like they're going to break it almost every time they hit that outside.
Coming to the sideline is Goodman. He's kind of shaken up a little bit. He'll come over here to the bench. I'm not sure if his hand or his leg is bothering him, so he's going to get some attention from the training staff. And Mishawaka will come back out here for their third possession. No score. 3:06 to play in the first. Got a whistle, and I don't know what this is about. Got a hold up here for something. I guess we're waiting for the official to get
out
back
there,
in position. So 1st and 10, football at the 33. Make that 34. O'Neal, the running back. Snyder under center. Snap, hands it to O'Neal. Gets into the linebacking line this time, all the way down to the 40. And a nice pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. O'Neal limping a little bit as he heads back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to the sideline. They do not. Mishawaka does not huddle. They will take the play in that number from the sideline. It'll be 2nd and 4. They flash the sequence and everybody back out. You've got a fullback in front. O'Neal is the fullback. I can't get the number of the running back behind him. They're going to hand it. Snyder will keep it this time. He'll pick up 2. A little bit of a wrinkle there as Mason lined up the H-back as the halfback behind O'Neal is that old eye look. 3rd and 1.
And they don't read. They just go. I mean, they're running downhill. They're just going as quick as they can, as hard as they can.
So now back out in the normal wing set. Fullback, Snyder under center. Gets the play from the sideline. He moves forward. Looking everything over. Now he's ready to go. Snaps, hands it to O'Neal. He breaks a tackle Boy, a great job by Hall again, but O'Neal able to get away and get a couple of yards and a first down.
Lebo had a chance at him, too, and they had him stopped right off the bat with that second effort. Got him the first down.
That would have been a lot tougher decision to make, whether you're going to punt from the 40, especially the way they are capable of moving the football. But Plymouth has an answer so far tonight. Okay, let's see. That's 34-45, whatever the heck that means. We can see the numbers. I guess I should shut up. That's kind of jerky of me to do that. Man in motion is Mason. And Snyder will keep it, and he's slowed up just enough by the linebacker. That was Verhage, the other end, slows him down enough for everybody to catch him. He'll still get 3, but that could have been a lot bigger if Verhage doesn't get a hand on him.
That really was. And I'm watching the Mishawaka lineman, number 60, and I'm not even going to attempt to say his name, Rusty, but he's got a motor on him. He does. I like him. He kind of reminds me of Kleindienst. I've just been asphyxiated with him.
Yeah, he's having a nice night too. Coming up, no wide receivers here. The H-back is right over the tackle. O'Neal right into the middle of the line, bounces off, and somehow gets a couple more. The second effort there gave him an extra 2 yards at least. He'll pick up about 3 or 4, and he'll be down at the 47. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say so far the dive has not been as successful as it could be.
They've stuffed it up pretty good, and Mishawaka doesn't have to run a play if they don't want to. This has been a really quick first quarter.
12 seconds left. They're going to come to the line. They've got 17 on the play clock. I don't think they're going to run a play. They may try to get Plymouth to jump. They're going to come up to the line. 2 seconds. 1. They'll run a play. It's going to be O'Neal, and he is struck to the turf. Ethan Hall with another big play.
Hall is having a good game so far.
Short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1, and that's going to end the first quarter. So we will go to the first break, and we have no score. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. It's 4th and 1. Big play here as Mishawaka will go for it. They're on the Plymouth 45. Just underway. It'll be the first play of the second quarter. Snyder under center. Takes it, hands it to O'Neal. Straight ahead. It's going to be plenty. He'll get a couple. And he will be down at the 42. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mishawaka. I'm sorry.
No, Plymouth did what they had to do that first quarter. Stayed with them, didn't let Mishawaka get any big plays to jump out to an early lead, playing them, head to head. That's what we wanted.
So 1st and 10, and Mishawaka threatening here. Just underway in the second period. We have no score. Plymouth's got everybody in the box. O'Neal will make a miss far enough to get down to the 36-yard line, 37 where they're going to put him down. Gain of 5.
You're starting to get a little bit bigger chunks now. I mean, they're getting that 4 and 5 yards on first down where we were holding them to like 1 or 2. So they're kind of figuring out some things, making some adjustments, and Plymouth's got to be up to the task.
Well, it's that time you got to make adjustments at the same time. 2nd and 5. Football at the 37. Snyder has him up. No wide receivers, just he and O'Neal. Wings to both sides. Man in motion is Mason again. Fake handoff as Snyder will keep it. Boy, Lathan Cotton almost made the play of the night. He had him in the backfield, and somehow Snyder was able to slip away and get a couple of yards. They'll knock him down at the 34. It'll be 3rd down.
I think Snyder's a lot stronger than what you think. They only got him listed at 5'10", 160, and that's probably about right, but boy, he plays a lot bigger than that.
He's lightning quick, and it looks like people slide off of him. Just really slippery. 3rd down and 3. 10-16, clock running just underway in the second quarter. No wide outs, H-backs to both sides. Fullback is O'Neal. Snyder under center. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. O'Neal gets a couple of more. He's going to have another 1st down.
It looks like they got somebody down there.
And let's see who that is. That looks like Dom Vasquez. And he's already got his helmet off, I think. And they're going to take a look at him out on the field. Dom Vasquez, who's played a lot in that defensive line. Mishawaka did get the 1st down. They're going to come out and look at him. Let's see if they try to get him off the field here before we go to break. They are. I know Dom's been having some shoulder problems. And I'm not sure what this is. He had his helmet off almost immediately.
Yeah, he's favoring that limping. Right leg.
Yep. He is going to be helped off under his own power. That's the good news. But you lose one of your defensive linemen who's done a nice job there in the middle with Carlos Carrillo. So Vasquez will limp off to the sideline. And we'll see who they replace him with. Probably Carrillo will come back. I think he was just getting a break. Yeah, Carlos will come back out. And it'll be him for Hagee and also, as we said, Hall on the ends on the line tonight. That's a change. Hall and Verhage are usually those outside linebackers, but they moved Grady Metzger up to one of those outside spots. And the other starter tonight was Brody Lebo. And Lebo, just a sophomore, so
I like the changes so far.
They have done well with it. And so now it's going to be 1st and 10. Football almost exactly on the 30. Now they're going to move those linemen over to the right side. I don't know, they're playing a little bit of a trick here. And they go to the right side. And, boy, Snyder, he had me fooled. I didn't realize he still had the football. O'Neal went in there and everybody tackled him, and then Snyder pops out of there and pitches it to the wide receiver. It looks like that was number 6, Camden Putz, and he took it out there for a gain of about 6.
And I think most of the Plymouth defense bid on that too, other than a couple of people.
2nd down and 4. Football at the 23. Snyder will be under center. He'll have O'Neal, the running back. And H-backs to both sides. Snap. They'll hand it off to O'Neal. Actually, Snyder keeps it again, and he's going to be all the way down to the 10 as he makes people miss over and over again as he weaves his way out of bounds at the 9. It'll be 1st and goal, Mishawaka.
Boy, he is shifty, too. I mean, he hides that ball well, and he just goes. He's quick.
And he is making a lot of people miss once he gets into open field.
And he's only a junior, so that's the good news for Plymouth.
Good to know that. As usual, Joe, you're always the bright ray of sunshine.
I just give facts, Rusty. I just give facts.
Clock running at 9:30. Snyder has him out. O'Neal, the fullback in this set, is with all these offenses, he's only 1.5 yards off the quarterback. He'll take the handoff this time, gets stacked up at the 5 and push back. And, boy, they are just, you talk about trench fighting in the line up there. There is just a lot going on.
But this is what Mishawaka wants. I mean, this is a prototypical drive for Mishawaka.
Plymouth's got another offensive lineman out there, number 75, Xander Birchmeyer now. So they've got a 4-man front. And everybody in the box as well. Handoff goes to the right, and O'Neal stopped short, I believe. Yeah, they're going to mark him maybe 6 inches shy of the touchdown, sitting right outside the goal line. So they 33, Mishawaka with a 3rd and goal now.
Well, they've already had a fumble and exchange earlier, so.
Seems a lot. They haven't had any question about whether it was going to be handed or pulled since, though. And there's another handoff right into the end zone as O'Neal shoves everybody out of the way, and Mishawaka on the board first, 6-0. That's what you expect Mishawaka to do when they're playing well. That's what they do. That's their kind of drive, their kind of football.
4 or 5 yards of carry and just control the clock, control the line of scrimmage, and impose your will on Plymouth.
And they did that pretty much for most of that drive, and now coming out to kick the extra point, it'll be Blake Vandenberg. 6-0, 8:15 to play here in the first half. Snap is good, the kick is up. Plenty of distance, plenty of height, and plenty good. So we will go to break. Our first score of the night goes to Mishawaka. They lead at 7-0. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee as Mishawaka has put the first points on the board here with a nice commanding drive for 6. They lead at 7-0 now, and they'll kick it away. Vandenberg getting ready to do the honors. Back deep for Plymouth. Fernando and Kaz Hunt will be back to receive the kick. That would be normally where Finn Holm would be on that right side, but Fernando takes his place. If you're just joining us or you weren't listening to the pregame show, what's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Finn Holm is out for this game. He's not even dressed, and that decision wasn't made till this afternoon, so he is not available. He's the running back for the Rockies who's averaging over 100 yards a game. And that is a big loss. Kicking it away, Vandenberg's going to kick it to Hunt. He'll take it at the 5, to the 15, finds a seam, gets all the way up to the 32 before he's driven to the ground. They're going to have to get control of that as Lathan Cotton and Mason were absolutely engaged in hand-to-hand combat.
Just a good block by Cotton. Stayed with his block, and I think the Mishawaka player took exception to it.
Yeah, I think he did, but the thing I got to tell you is that's Mason. He, one of their wings, he didn't back off any.
No.
He wasn't backing away. 1st and 10, football at the 31, trips to the left, H-back to the left. Handoff right up the middle. Gibbons nowhere to go. He'll get knocked down at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
They're just filling that hole awful well right now, stacking up the middle. It looks like number 4 is limping a little bit there.
Gibbons
looks
up
like
slow.
He came up a little wobbly.
You're moving some big boys down there. Tristan Garcia. There's no way he's only 199 pounds. I'll tell you which number he is. They've got 4 guys up there that are just really, really big guys. Snap straight. Shively will take it right up the middle. He'll get all the way into the secondary. He'll get knocked down at the 38. Nice gain on 2nd down of 8. It'll be 3rd down and, let's call it 7. He'll be 3rd down and 3. 66 is listed at 180 pounds. Now, there's no chance in the world he's 180 pounds. You think so?
Well, I don't know. He's a big boy.
He's
put together.
Boy.
He's put together really well. Let's say that.
And not heavy either.
No,
we're not talking about guys who aren't athletic looking. They are big and strong up front. Plymouth trying to move them. Trips to the left. Fake handoff. Shively will keep it again. He'll get the first down. Boy, he takes a hit on that one, though, as he gets up to the 49, coming up from that safety spot once again. It's Drew Ginter. He's showing he has no fear of getting in there and coming downhill on the run.
And that first down is sponsored by
First Source Bank.
First Source Bank.
Way to pick up my fumble.
What an important first down for Plymouth.
1st and 10, they'll go trips again, this time to the right side. H-back as well to the right side. Quick pass out here in the slot. It's going to be complete, but not for much. Gain of about 2 or 3. That was Chase Bowling on the catch. Actually, no, we have a different number 7. That is McCoy Gantz tonight wearing number 7. He is just a freshman. He got a yard on that. So now the play comes back in. 2nd down and 9. Well, they call their defensive plays with a little flashing.
I would think that'd be easier.
Well, it would be. Snap and a handoff right up the middle. Boy, that broke down quick, but Gibbons with a nice job to just keep driving forward, breaking tackles. He'll pick up 3 out of something that could have been a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, that opens the playbook up a little bit for Plymouth here. Very manageable. It's 3rd and 6 or so. Right at midfield. I don't know if you're in 4-down territory with 5 minutes to go, but
I got to believe it depends on where the 3rd down takes you. So Shively will have him out. They'll go trips again to the right side. The H-back. Mahler also. Or I should say the left side. All that to the left side. Snap. Shively fakes a handoff. Middle clears up. And that takes the guesswork out of it. As Ben will take it all the way over the 45 to the 44. It's good for a first down, brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Nice read by Ben Shively as he faked that, or he had that handoff to Gibbons and then saw the middle open up for him, and he took it and gets the first down. Trips again to the right. Mahler, the H-back, also to the right. Gibbons to the right of the quarterback. Snap. They'll go to the right. Great block by Gibbons as he'll spring Shively again all the way down to the 36 and another gain of 9.
And they kind of found something there. Shively up the middle there, he's creating havoc there. The linemen are making nice holes for him, and he's reading his blocks well.
We've got a Mishawaka player injured now down on the ground, and he's in some pain. Tried to stand up and then went straight back down.
Well, you don't want to see injuries for either team this late in the season. They're getting ready to go into sectional play, and Mishawaka is looking to have a long run in this sectional or this playoff, so you don't want to see anybody go down.
Jaden Pyle, the player on the ground, luckily once again he's going to stand up. He's actually going to try to jog off under his own power, but he's definitely favoring one leg. He'll have to come off for a play. He's not happy with somebody over there. I don't know what the problem is, but he's been having a few words with his fellow cavemen over there over something. I'm not sure what it was. 2nd down now, and 4:27 to play here in the half. Plymouth trying to answer a Mishawaka score.
And if anything, they're taking some time off the clock, keeping the ball away from Mishawaka. They get the ball to start the second half, so, boy, if they come away with some points here.
You are talking. Trips to the right this time. Gibbons will be in that pistol formation behind Shively. He'll get the pitch.
There's some room.
Goes to the right. And, boy, he had some room, but it filled quickly. He'll get the first down at about the 31, but that looked like he might be able to get a lot more. Those linebackers and safeties just filled that quickly.
Well, that's that drill. We were watching them in pregame. They're filling up, or, we were wondering what kind of drill they were doing. Right there was it.
Those guys came all the way down and filled that up quickly. So now we got trips to the left. H-back, Mahler to the left. Gibbons to the right is Shively. In motion is Mahler. He'll go to the right. Now Shively will run to the right. Gets another huge block out there.
Nice run.
That was led by Ezekiel Sosa as he just cleared the way for Shibley. And he'll pick up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Football to 25.
Just letting the play develop and come to him. And, that's a big chunk on first down, 7 yards.
Especially when you're in the other team's territory. Trips to the left this time. Mahler also to the left. Gibbons to the left. Snap, he'll get the pitch. He'll get, oh boy, once again, talk about pursuit. Coming from behind, and he's mad that he didn't get him more, but great play on that one by Tristan Garcia as he kept that from being a big gainer.
And that's your number 66. You were talking about how athletic he was, and boy, he showed it there.
He came through and chased down Gibbons from the backside. Tackled him after a short gain. There was a lot more room, but Gibbons never had a chance to get there. Trips to the left again. Mahler to the left. Running back behind Shibley. Hand off to Gibbons. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to be close.
I think
see what the mark is now. Mishawaka player comes out of the pile with the football.
Now neither official
and
is
I'm not sure what that's going to, and they're going to give it to Mishawaka. Fumble on the play. It was close to first down yardage, but a fumble is picked up coming out of there with the football. Is Camden Putz, and I'm telling you, that is a huge blow.
That's a backbreaker there. They had a nice rate, potentially a first down. If anything, they were 4th and less than a yard. They would have went for it. Great drive to end the second quarter, and they give it up on a fumble there. And boy, is it important the Plymouth defense holds them out of the end zone here.
And as it is, those turnovers are huge emotional swings. Plymouth will go back to that 3-man front. And it's going to be Birchmeyer, I believe, coming out to take that center spot. Yep, Xander Birchmeyer will be on the nose. Snyder, handoff, O'Neal. Gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll gain a couple. 2nd down and 7.
And I think they're just going to run their offense. They're not really in a hurry up. They still got 3 timeouts.
I don't know why you would. I mean, the worst thing that happens here is you get off the field with a 7-0 lead.
I think the quarterback's going to keep the ball here, though. They're going to test the outside here.
All right, Snyder under center. They got a wide out to the right, but he's not very far out there. Snyder going to throw the football. Runs to the right, flushed out of the pocket. He'll have to run out of bounds. He gets about a yard anyway. But he was going to throw the football. It was well covered out there.
And what a surprise. They've only thrown 13 times this year, so less than 2 times a game. Trying to catch Plymouth off guard there. Good job by the Plymouth defense.
Caden Barrero was out there in coverage. Hunt was out there in coverage. That's Ethan O'Leary's side, too. So only had 2 men in the pattern, but he didn't fool anybody out there covering it. They were all where they should have been. Snyder, man in motion. He'll hand it off to O'Neal. Straight up the middle. He's going to be close to the 30. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Plymouth's going to, they did call timeout because, they have plenty of time, 2 timeouts left to do a little something their own here.
This is going to be interesting. If I'm Keith Kinder, I may think about going for this.
That would be risky. You're down around your 30. You have a 7-point lead.
You're making a statement to your offensive lineman. Boys, it's on your back. Go get them.
Yeah. Or you flip the field, rely on your defense to keep them out of the end zone at the last minute 40.
Mr. Conservative over here. You were never conservative when you were called the plays. Come on.
It's different then. I mean,
4th and 2. And, he must have heard you.
He must have. Well, don't rule out the fake punt, though. I mean, that's.
As Vandenberg is back to punt for Mishawaka, back to receive Hunt for Plymouth. He is deep. He's going to line up right about just in front of the 30.
And we can't have an offsides here because that would give him a first down.
So back to punt is Vandenberg. 4th and 2. Football at the Mishawaka 30. Nobody on the Plymouth side goes into a stance at all. They bring a couple of guys with a nice high punt. Hunt has it bounce off his chase guard. This is going to be,
I don't know.
I think Mishawaka got it back. Hunt was able to fall on it. He made I don't know about that decision. He was backpedaling. He was going to try to make an over-the-head catch running backwards and just hit him in the face, and it fell to the ground, luckily.
That was a 50-yard punt in the air, so it kind of caught him by surprise, and Plymouth's lucky to have the ball, but they do have the ball. So
it's 1st and 10, football at the 20. Well, they're going to have to wait for the chain gang to get. Come on, guys.
You got to give yourself a chance for a chunk play, but you can't turn it over here.
No, absolutely
Because
not.
if you go into halftime down 7, getting the ball in the second half, you're right where you want to be.
You're okay with that. Trips to the right this time, wide out to the left. Snap, Shively with a fake throw. He'll move forward. He just brings it up about 5. They'll knock him down at the 25. Clock will continue to run, 2nd and 5. Minute 23.
I think I just run offense, and they're going to hurry up offense
And
there.
they're going to go trips to the right, wide out to the left again. Gibbons the running back. Snap, they're going to hand it to him. He goes to the right side. He gets stacked up and blistered back. He'll get a yard, but pays the price afterwards.
Well, now Mishawaka's calling a timeout.
Well, I don't know if I wouldn't. I'd be happy if I could make you punt one more time.
Well,
especially
especially they've scouted us, and we've had some questionable snaps.
Some adventures on punting. Ken Clementi with a big play there. One of the linebackers for Mishawaka. Minute 3 to play here in the first half. 7-0 Mishawaka. Timeout by Mishawaka. I don't know. What do you call it?
It's Shively up the middle, the quarterback draw, because that's safe and it's been working for us, but I got to think Mishawaka is looking for that.
And they still have 2 timeouts. If they get a stop here, timeout, and they still got quite a lot of time.
And like you said, our punting's been an adventure, so I think they know that. They're going to get good field position regardless.
They're going to bring Verhage out here for one of those spots. I'm not sure what package he's in. He is one of the extra running backs. He's been playing defense all year, but he also knows that running back package, and he's going to come back. He's going to be the running back.
See, if I was playing with there, I think I would have ran a little bit of time there and been satisfied with 7-zip.
Snap, Shively going to roll to the right. Has a man open in the slot. Fernando, he's downfield. He's knocked down at the 39. It's 1st and 10 Plymouth, brought to you by
First Source Bank.
So that takes the guesswork out of it. And Plymouth hurrying up to the football. Trips to the left this time.
There's nobody over
fast.
there. Oh.
56 seconds. Snap. And Shively going to bring it straight ahead. Makes a man miss. Gets to the edge. Going to get a couple of hands on him, but he'll just run out of bounds. Able to outrun those guys. A couple of guys had a shot at him. The main one, Camden Putz, actually got a hand on his shoulder but couldn't bring him down.
And the big thing he did there is get out of bounds and stop the clock, save your 2 timeouts. Still plenty of time.
46 seconds left. 2nd down and 4. Verhage did his job. He'll come to the sideline here, and Gibbons will come back. Trips to the right this time. Wide out Mauler to the left. Gibbons the running back. Snap. Shively looking to throw.
Screen.
Looking over the middle. It's a screen in the hands of Gibbons. Fernando really close.
Get out. Nope.
And doesn't get out. Get across the 50, though. 49. So it'll be a 1st down, brought to you by
First Source Bank, and that does stop the clock for a little bit.
So they'll have to reset the chains. 39 seconds left. And Shively
just spiked the ball.
I'm not sure the chains weren't set. The chains weren't even close to set. So I don't know why they let him snap the ball, to be honest with you.
I think Shively was just helping the chain crew there, getting a little bit extra time.
37. Well, I mean, there should be more than no time run off the clock on that. 37 seconds left. I'd at least be questioning that if I were on the other sideline.
Need about 25 yards for a realistic field goal chance.
Trips to the left. Metzger, the wide out to the right. Rolling to the left is Shively, looking for somewhere to go. Nobody open.
Boy.
He's going to get sacked.
7 closed quick.
What a great, that was closing speed by Ken Clementi again. And a 3-yard loss and a timeout here as a Mishawaka player is down.
Again, you don't want to see that, but boy, Clementi, boy, did he close quick there.
He just realized that he had a shot at it, and he just broke it down. What a play by the Mishawaka linebacker, Ken Clemente. He's a senior. Lifts him at 5'9", 190, but it's a pretty solid 5'9", 190. Obviously with a lot of speed. So it's going to be 3rd down and 13. Football back on the Plymouth side of the field at the 48.
Well, if we don't get a first down here, Mishawaka is going to call a timeout and make us punt it.
I would, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I would definitely make us punt it. Especially if they decide to punt it into the hands of one of those guys in the back. We've seen how fast those guys are. And Mishawaka's going to call a timeout right now. So they're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to take a short break here, too. We'll be right back. 20 seconds, 7-0 Mishawaka. We'll see what they come up with.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Back at Plymouth High School, out of the timeout. See what play the Rockies have decided on. They're going to bunch them up here on the right side with 3 receivers, another one to the right. Man in motion, Fernando. Snap. They're going to hand it off straight ahead. Gibbons gets knocked down but keeps his footing long enough to get about 3, and an immediate timeout by Mishawaka for 4th and 9. Yeah, let's see what happens here.
A lot of things can happen here.
You've got a situation where Plymouth hasn't exactly had an easy time of it.
They're letting Kleinditz warm up. They called a time, or during this timeout, he is back there. He's practicing right now on the sideline.
So, John Kleinditz, the news center, he's only been back there for about 4 or 5 games. Or up there, I should say, for about 4 or 5 games. And everything kind of resting on him making a good snap. Goodman has shown, I don't know if you're watching him in warm-ups, he can kick it. So if he gets a nice snap, let's see. But I think if I'm Mishawaka, I'm setting up the return. I mean, I'm not going to pull a full-out rush on him, am I? Am I going to try to block?
Well, you could go either way. I mean, with the way Plymouth's been punting, it wouldn't be a bad call to try to put the block on.
Well, they're going to put a bunch of guys up there, but they've got a man back to receive. Goodman to punt for Plymouth. Snap is a good one. It's away, and it looked like somebody touched it, but they didn't.
Let it bounce.
Bounce around, and it'll be touched dead at the 23. So Mishawaka with 10 seconds left.
That took 9 seconds off the clock. That's just what Plymouth wanted. Mishawaka just wanted to make them punt it. They'll probably take a knee here, I'm guessing.
We'll see what they decide to do. Chaz Hunt going to be back in center field here, and looks like Plymouth might be taking a timeout. Everybody's coming over here to the sideline. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I think there's a little miscommunication.
Okay, Adam Hanley was talking to the official. I'm not sure what the discussion was about, but they'll send that defense out there after a bunch of them were out there already. And as I said, Chaz Hunt will be back in that center field position. His job basically is not to let anybody get behind him. Now we got a whistle, and not sure what this is about. Timeout Plymouth? Okay, we're going to bring them over and talk about it.
Well, something
didn't look right, so they're going to come over and talk about this. Got the whole defensive staff in there. Adam Hanley coming over to get his words in. 10 seconds left here in the first half. You're just joining us, 7-0. The Cavemen lead it. Okay, now there's a drum up there.
Yeah, I know. I was watching that earlier. I don't
so
know.
I still haven't asked anybody about what the deal was 2 weeks ago at Warsaw when they stopped playing. Everybody's looking in the air and pointing at something.
I think it was a UFO, Rusty. I don't think it was a drone.
I don't know. Maybe somebody saw Elvis.
It could have.
What, I don't know. Anyway, wind is blowing our papers around now. It's that time of year,
It's a
man. I'm
great
wearing
night.
pants for the first time this year.
No, still got shorts on. It's 70 degrees out.
And they're going to get into victory position. They're just going to kneel down on it. They do, and that's going to do it. So that will be the end of the first half. If you're Plymouth, it could have been better. The only thing you're looking at is a fumble that really hurts you at the end of this half. So they'll go into the locker room. Both teams will make their adjustments. We'll come back out and see what happens in the second half. But we have played 2 quarters of football here at Plymouth, and our score is 7-0 Mishawaka. We'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. We'll have our halftime show in just a moment.
Have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
It's the Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
We're back at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nix and Joe McKee. It is halftime here, and the Plymouth band setting up to we'll see a little bit more of the show tonight. It's the way it usually works. Look at all that stuff.
I know. They got all sorts of stuff out there. It's senior night for them.
They got all the. It takes as many people to set this stuff up as it takes to perform it, I think.
I think it does, too.
They got the whole coordination thing. It's not your grandfather's marching band, let's put it that way.
No.
Not even close. And it wasn't the kind of game, really, I don't think a lot of people thought we were going to see in that first half. Plymouth had an answer defensively for most of it.
They did, and I think, when people are looking at the halftime scores, they're going to be a little shocked at this one, only being 7-0. Got to think Mishawaka was a pretty big favorite coming into this, but Plymouth held their own. I mean, that one drive Mishawaka had, other than that, they kept him in check, and they showed that they can move the ball in Mishawaka, too. Just that fumble down around the 28-yard line, that's a hard thing to overcome, But again, they stepped right back up and held them on defense and is down only 7-0 at half.
At the point of that fumble, you're looking at it, they were close enough for Carlos to actually attempt a field goal at that point. He is capable of one above about 45 if he really gets his foot into it. So that was what you were looking at. The worst thing would be an attempt at a field goal, and then you end up with nothing. But your defense came and helped you out.
They did, and that might even have been a first down. It was that close.
It was.
And it was going to be fourth and at most, less than a half yard. I got to think Plymouth would have went for it. But they get the ball, start the second half. They found a little bit of success with Shively going up the middle and, a couple nice pass plays too. So they can make some adjustments, and they got to have some confidence that they can move the ball in Mishawaka because they showed that. So they got to feel good about where they're at, and defense, we can take away that dive and keep containment and you're going to stay in this game.
And that's all you want to do, give yourself a chance to win in that fourth quarter.
Yep, it is. And that's if Plymouth could go down and, make that statement. We always say that first drive in the third quarter is probably the most important drive in the game. They can go down and, or at least eat some clock up. Don't give Mishawaka the ball 3 and out, and let them go down and go up 2 scores. So they're in this game. I mean, this has been a really hard-fought game.
Take a break. We come back. We'll talk to Plymouth AD, Josh Troyer, about some other things going on around Plymouth High School. So stay there. You're listening to the Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Josh Troyer, the AD at Plymouth High School, joins us here for a few minutes at halftime, man. Fall seasons are starting to wind down. You got to feel like you got at least a little bit of room to breathe at this point.
I don't know if we're at that point yet, but just trying to feel like we're getting our footing down on some things we've been wanting to work on, and getting ready for next week at Lucas Oil, and just lots of details with those kind of things going on still. So definitely less home events, especially after this week with hosting girls soccer and going to boys soccer. It's been a packed week, but looking forward to a little slower week next week, getting to watch our girls volleyball team compete in the sectional and getting to go down and watch our football guys compete at Lucas Oil next Friday.
I was going to say, your girls, soccer girls, got some reward for a season of hard work and hard knocks. They're in that sectional final on Saturday, am I right?
Yeah, I mean, getting to beat Wawasee 7-0 was good. I mean, it was a little tighter in the regular season, but felt like we could have, made it a little bit less of a game then. So to do that at sectional and build some momentum going into the final is important. And then, just faced Academy a week ago. It was, I think we were up 1-0 if I remember right. Then we're up 2-1, ended up losing 3-2. So it's right there, right? Like,
yeah.
That's what you want, right? You there's a realistic chance. It's right there. You're on your home turf. So we'll see kind of what Saturday night brings.
They've had an interesting season, too, because they've been, as you said, right there a lot of times and, maybe just a player or two away.
Yeah, not that, I definitely think the record doesn't fully show what they've been capable of and what they've done for the season, too. I mean, Northwood, they fall, last week 2-0, but it was 0-0 into the, I think, 60 or 70th minute of the game. So being right there on that one, there's a lot of other, they had a couple ties. So, I mean, it's not like, a lot of the games have been out of reach. It's been right there. And, again, it's a good step in the right direction for that program this year. And the girls have definitely earned the right to play for a sectional title Saturday night.
You mentioned volleyball a second ago, too. I mean, they've had they're playing well here at the end. I know they did some things. People don't understand I don't think, a team like Warsaw in your conference and, some of the other teams, Northwood has had a great run, but you've got that schedule is a killer, and they come through it looking really very good.
Yeah, I mean, just a terrific year, and to finish the regular season, beating Ridge in straight sets was, I think a really good momentum booster going into next week. We played Glenn to, I think it was a 5-set match, but again, hopefully that can, give you some confidence going into it. And again, no matter what, sectional, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
So, I think you got to feel pretty good about going into a sectional and feeling like you can go win it. And I think our girls have put themselves in a good position to hopefully enjoy a really good week at Marion and see what happens by next Saturday evening.
Now, I skipped over your boys soccer team. I mean, it's another one of those years where, especially in soccer, with both your boys and girls, the boys especially, the north, I don't think the people understand the north part of the state is like a soccer hotbed. They got great teams over in the region. They've got great teams up in South Bend and Mishawaka. Fort Wayne has a great tradition. I mean, and then you bring in the NLC people, and man, to come out of there with 7 wins is another great effort, I think.
Yeah, and you see, I mean, a lot of ranked opponents, a lot of quality opponents. You know, Goshen historically is a powerhouse. Concord was right there, and we were right there with them at their place. I mean, their coach, I think, celebrated his, I think it was a 300th win.
Yeah.
I mean, in a season where you play, I think, 16 games a year, to get to 300 is not an easy.
Yeah.
So you clearly know, like, you know, the tradition and history that they've built there. And I think, you know, we answered the bell in a lot of games this year and played a really good game against Riley earlier this week. And then, you know, you run into Adams, who won the sectional a year ago, is really strong again. And just didn't have some things go well right away. Just some miscues that we just couldn't fully recover from. But again, I think, you know, they could end up being a sectional champion. Marion's tough in that sectional, so it's definitely not an easy road by any means. And definitely, I think, made themselves in our community proud. I mean, I think the way they played in both those sectional games, carried themselves, was definitely something we can be proud of as a school, and hopefully something to continue to build on into the future and continue to strive for those, you know, sectional championships and beyond with that program.
I was going to say, I think that, I really like your coach, Jesus, really does. I think he does a nice job with his guys. Times I've been around him, he's just really a good guy to deal with. I mean, and he relates to the kids. I mean, he's a younger guy, and I think he relates to them.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said too about being a PHS grad.
Yeah.
Obviously something I can't bring to the table, but super proud of him to have that, right, and to have that pride in what not just be a PHS grad, but a former Rocky soccer player
right.
too. To be able to tell them, you know, the history of the soccer program and have pride in that too, I think is a big piece to that puzzle, and kind of keeping kids connected with, you know, we've had historical success in soccer, right, and been strong. To continue to build on that and continue to know that, you know, it means a lot to our staff and our players. I think will be a good foundation again to continue to build on into the future.
You know, that's the thing. He played on some of those great teams too, and he knows what it's like. And you know, the times I've been around him, he kind of has that fire to be there again. I mean, you know, I'm talking about the former player that's had some success. You know, you don't play or coach because you're not competitive, and I think he really, really would like to be right back there again. And I don't know. I think they're going to do well.
I would agree.
Let's talk a little bit about your game coming up on Friday at Lucas Oil. I know there's a little bit of a different ticket thing going on, so why don't we let people know about that so they know how they can get to go to see that game if they want.
Yeah, you know, fortunately and unfortunately, right, when you go to somewhere like Lucas Oil, there's only so many things you can control in that regard too. So, you know, tickets are $10, but it's $6.60 with Ticketmaster fees. So the tickets end up being $16.60. You can go to Ticketmaster, you know, search Lucas Oil or search, you know, the game and find it pretty easily there. And then it also will be $10 to park. And I think the other big thing to keep in mind too is once you buy, there's no refunds, so they can, you can wait till next week to buy. We're not anticipating a sellout, so you've got time for those things as well. You know, you can buy the last second. They're all general admission, so you know, once you get in, you pick your seat in the sections that are assigned to us, and kind of sit anywhere in that section. But I think it'll be a great experience for our kids. Great opportunity just to go down there and compete at Lucas Oil, right? Because one day you want to be, you know, where you're playing there. Hopefully, you know, in another 2 months we could be back there again, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's the goal at the end of the day. So to get to experience that, at least in the regular season, experience kind of what that trip would be like. I think it's good for our program and our kids just to have that experience. And thankful for Concord to you know, hosting us and making that possible. I know it's, you know, important for their seniors without any home games this year to have something for their, you know, kind of end of year.
Yeah.
And we're thankful to be a part of that and get to enjoy the experience as well.
I know years ago the NLC used to do a weekend of games down there. They'd pick a week and then they'd all play I think it was on a Saturday. They'd start at like 10 in the morning and play all through the day. That was always kind of fun to go down for, even just to cover it. I mean, it was kind of cool to be in that building and see all that.
Yeah, I would love to know what that price tag would be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's well over the six-figure mark. But yeah, it's just crazy on the stuff to get down there. Just right, like the things you don't think about, right? They got to have security. They've got to have people running things, like concessions.
Yeah.
I've definitely learned a lot just being kind of a minor part of the process, working with Concord's AD and those kind of things. I'm glad I'm not having to organize all of those details. I'm just organizing our end of things. But it's definitely an operation to go down there and get to experience a game for sure.
Tonight you got the last home game of the year, and Mishawaka's in town. It's going to be a people who like old time football. I think that's what they're going to see. Two teams just lining up and running at each other. Different ways to do it, but really similar approach to what they want to do.
Yeah, really important night for us, right, to try to continue to build some momentum here towards the end of the year. Obviously, at Northwood, that game didn't go the way we would have hoped. So you want to, kind of get back into, feeling like things are going the right direction. Mishawaka is a super quality program. I mean, we know, the odds of them throwing it are not super high, right? They're not going to throw it 50 times against us, right? You're not going to see an air raid, like you said. It's going to be, can we, match their physicality and make tackles and keep them from getting big plays. And I think that'll be a big key tonight for us to staying in it. And then, obviously being able to sustain those longer drives on offense too, and hopefully putting the ball in the end zone that can keep us right in there and give us a shot to win when it gets to the end of the game.
Man, I want to thank you again for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And I guess if not before, we'll see you in a couple hours.
Sounds great. I appreciate it.
Josh Troyer, the AD of Plymouth, and stay there.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana, serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Back at Plymouth High School, we're still at halftime. Mishawaka with a 7-0 lead as both teams get to warm up for the second half. Got some scores we can take a look at here as we wait for the half to start. Looks like it's going to be a long coach's show tomorrow based on what we're seeing here early, but a rough night for some Marshall County teams. First of all, Judson and Caston, that is no score, still in the first quarter. I have a feeling they're further along than that. I just haven't heard from them. At halftime, it's LaVille and Jimtown. It's 7-7 there. Tippecanoe Valley in the second quarter leading Glenn by a score of 35-0. That one going on right now. Also, let's see, down the row here. This is another one. It's surprising. Not that Pioneer's ahead, but it's 35-0 Pioneer over Triton at halftime.
Yeah, that surprises me. We've had Triton
score
3 times, and they're pretty explosive.
And they're, defensively, I thought that was where I was most impressed with them. And Pioneer, but remember, it is Pioneer, and they've got one of those classes they've been waiting for a couple of years. The Rams kid that plays quarterback for him broke Jack Kaiser's rushing record, so he's probably not bad.
Probably not bad.
Yeah, Kaiser didn't do too bad for himself. Northwood and Warsaw underway. We don't have a score there. Wawasee and Concord, no surprise here, 35-6. Concord leads this one. I don't see anybody beating Concord, and I know next week Plymouth has them, but this team has just run by everybody. I don't know.
They have, but Mishawaka beat them. I think it was by 4. It was a close game, but
we'll see, because Plymouth and Concord is always weird, one way or another. There have been so many years, you know what I'm talking about. You go in, Concord would have a team that looked like they couldn't lose to the Green Bay Packers, and boom, we beat them. I mean, it happens all the time. It's one of those weird rivalries, and it's going to be in Lucas Oil Stadium next week too. So we'll see what happens with that. But Concord leading Wawasee 35-6. Marion and Elkhart 25 for Marion. Mishawaka, or for Elkhart, Marion with 7. Culver Community taking one on the chin tonight. North Miami came into that 5-2. I think the only team that beat them was Pioneer. So 22-0 the score there. North Miami leads Culver. As we go down the way here, this is for Plymouth fans, 36-0. Northridge leads Goshen in the second quarter.
Okay.
That's kind of a surprise.
That is,
they're winning, but we were talking about that in the press box before the game, how the team you wouldn't want to face in the sectional is Northridge.
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot better than their record shows.
Absolutely a lot better than their record shows. Here, obviously, 7-0. We have a report that it's 7-7. Culver Academy and Guerin Catholic all the way down in Indianapolis in a first quarter score. And then Bremen and Knox on our sister station, WKBI. Mitch Columbia with the call over there. And it's 16-0. Knox.
In the first quarter. Last score we got, yeah.
So that is a rundown of the area scores, and we're just about ready to kick it off here. What adjustments do you make if you're in the Plymouth locker room?
Don't fumble.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. Yeah.
They had some success running and passing, so I don't know that you change a lot. Just maybe a little more consistency, tighten up a few of the blocks and just, cash it in when you get down there.
This is where the chess match starts, too, because that Keith Kinder wasn't just sitting in there drawing cartoons on the board. I mean, he was making some adjustments, too. You almost have to wait and see what they show you, don't you?
Well, I think you want to take the initiative. You should want them to play to your game. And I got to think Mishawaka is not happy with that first half. So we're going to see what kind of inspiration they got coming out here. But good chance for Plymouth.
They will kick it off, by the way, and it's going to be Fernando and Kaz Hunt back to receive. Fernando taking the place of Finn Hollum, who is unavailable tonight. He's hurt. Low line drive. They're going to kick it. And it's going to go out of bounds. So good field position to start. Yep. Looked like they were trying to make one of those up guys grab it.
Well, it didn't work. So that's already a big mistake for Mishawaka there.
So Plymouth will have it at the 35, and they'll come out with the offense first here. Had a drive going in their last possession. Unfortunately, a fumble ended it on around the 25, 26-yard line. It looked like it might be good for a first down. It would have been, at worst, 4th and short. Now they could come out with that same trips formation here to the left that had success in the end of that first half with Christian Cruz Mahler, the H-back, once again with Hollum out. The H-back Gibbons moves to halfback, and Mahler gets the start. He's been out there almost all night. Snap. Shibley going to take it up the left side. Gets into the secondary. A nice run. Going to be close. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he's got a first down all the way out at the 45.
They gave it to him.
First down brought to you by First Source Bank. I beat you that time.
What a great way to start the second half. And again, Shibley right up the middle.
Good read on that, and he'll take 10 more yards. 1st and 10, football at the 45. Once again, that trips formation here to the left. Snap. They're going to throw it in the slot. Fernando, wide open, couldn't catch it. Boy, he had room in front of him.
He did
too.
have some room. I think that was going to be for 7 to 10 yard gain there. Blocking was set up really well. Just took his eyes off the ball.
Just that slot screen right in his hands. Good throw by Shively, but just couldn't bring it in. So he'll come to the sideline. Coming on is McCoy Gantz, the freshman, dressing tonight. He's had a couple of snaps, and he'll take that slot spot. Now trips to the left, but Muller going to be on the right. Gibbons the running back. Muller now in motion. He'll go to the left side. Snap. Shively going to keep it. Going to run behind the tackle over there. Good job. As Gibbons was leading the way and got a nice block over there by that left tackle. Trying to see who that was. Yeah, it was Sosa again. No, let me correct. Yeah, it was. It was Sosa leading the way over there.
Got it into a third manageable here. Long 5, short 6. So playbook's open here.
Football at the 49. I think you might have to think about punting again if you don't get close. Wideouts to both sides. Snap rolling to the left is Shively. Has a man open and off the fingertips of Metzger. Fully laid out trying to catch it just a little bit wide. And so Plymouth's first drive stalls at the 49. They'll have to punt it away.
He just kind of threw that across his body, never really got his balance on him. I think that's another one he wants back because Metzger was open for the first down.
Right off the fingertips of Metzger, who made an enormous effort to try to bring that in, but just couldn't get it. So Plymouth will punt it away, and the first drive that started out very promising goes away. Snap is good. Kick is away. Low line drive right into the hands of the coach on the sidelines. I was going to say, you can't be marking it there. Coach caught it. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 30. So short punt out of bounds at the 30, and Mishawaka will have it back. 10:47, we're just underway in the third.
It's a 21-yard punt with no return, and Plymouth's defense got to step up here. That's what they didn't need is, a short possession, give the ball right to Mishawaka. So it's in the defensive court now.
Couple of first pass is the one you really want back. Fernando just could not bring that in. And he had running room in front. 1st and 10, and Mishawaka, they're in the wing tee, Joe. Kind of a surprise to me. They do have 2 guys on the ends. The wideouts are at the end of the line standing up. Snap, and they'll hand it off to O'Neal. He'll get 5.
And O'Neal was running with a little bit of purpose there. He kind of finished that run pretty hard.
Yes, he did. Brody Lebo out there. Brady Coffin on the stop. 2nd down and 5. Football at the 35. Looks like Birchmeyer out there. We have not seen Don Vasquez come back.
And the good news is O'Neal's only a junior also.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah.
2nd down and 5. Out of the huddle, snap. They have that eye look again. And then Snyder keeps it into the secondary. And what a tackle by Woods as he saves 6. Snyder just slid through there. Nobody saw him. Broke a tackle, got all the way to Tatum Woods, who was able to put him on the ground and stop him. It was the last guy between him and 6 points.
He's so quick on that pole. I mean, it's hard to follow the ball up here.
It's hard to follow him.
Yeah.
He is incredibly quick. 1st and 10. They're going to go to that eye look again. Mason, the halfback. O'Neal in the fullback spot. Wide out to the left. Snap. They'll hand it to O'Neal. He'll go off the left side. He'll get himself about 3. He'll be knocked down at the 46 of Plymouth. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think Mishawaka's already in 4-down territory. I think they're going to try to make a statement with this drive.
That's what you can tell. You can tell by the way their linemen are firing off the ball and the way their running backs are finishing it. That's probably what the discussion was at halftime. Wide out to the left now. Man in motion is Mason. They just wanted to see what we were going to do when they sent the man in motion. So now play comes in. Man in motion again, Mason the other way. Hand off is faked, and Snyder falls down by himself, it looked like. Close to a 1st down, but short at the 42. Just a lot of hat-on-hat, straight ahead downhill right now for Mishawaka. This is the way they played all year. Well, it's really the way they played in the first half, but finally able to establish something here. Snyder gets the play from the sideline, says something to O'Neal, now goes up under center. Wide out to the left, snap. Hand off to O'Neal, spins through a tackle and gets all the way down to the 35. Boy, he looks like a different back.
They do. They are just running so hard now with extra effort.
He looks like a completely different running back. That's a first down at the 36. Not that he was bad in the first half. You can just tell he's got a lot more urgency in what he's doing right now.
A little more purpose.
I have a feeling he was encouraged
Yeah.
to run with a little more purpose. Carson Francis now, the other wingback, will come back in that eye-looking set again. Francis is like right on the heels of O'Neal. They're going to hand it off. Well, no, Snyder keeps it again. He's all the way down to the 25. And once again, they're working that pull and take and everything else. That option is being worked to perfection.
He's just following his blocker so well.
Looks like Snyder really is trying to take a little more of the load, too. A lot of those were balls he would have pulled in that first half. He's taking them himself now. 1st and 10, football at the 26. Clock running at 7:33. 7-0 Mishawaka. They go to that eye look with Mason, the running back. But like I said, he's like one step off the fullback. Man in motion. And now a fake handoff pitch to the motion man. That is Carson Francis. He gets to the corner, and he's going to be close, but he's going to be shy.
They could have called a hold there on the outside, too. That's what it's kind of looking for.
Pickup of 26 out of 27 yards. Going to be 1st and goal at the 1. So I don't think there's a whole lot of adjustment here. You're just seeing a lot more fire out of the Mishawaka offense right now. So 1st and goal, football at the 1. They huddle for the first time tonight, come out of that huddle. Snyder, they brought some new personnel in. They got a bunch of linemen to the left. That's the way they run. Gets stacked up, but Snyder into the end zone easily. And 6 more on the board for Mishawaka here to start the 3rd quarter. 6:40 to play. Let's see if they kick there. Yeah, there he goes. I was going to say, it looked like they might be going for 2, but they're going to bring Blake Vandenberg out. He'll place that tee down at the 10. They'll kick the extra point. Trying to make it 14. Holder will be Drew Ginter. Snap is good. The kick is away. It looks good, and it is good. So we are at 6:40 to play in the 3rd. Mishawaka puts another one on the board. They lead it 14-0 over Plymouth. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
Back at Plymouth, Rusty Nix and Joe McKee. Max 98.3's Game of the Week, 14-0 our score. As Mishawaka takes their first possession into the end zone. Plymouth had the ball out of the halftime break, and promising drive went sour fast. Had to punt it away, and Mishawaka made the most of their first 3rd quarter drive. And I hate to say it, but how many times have we seen it? That first drive in the 3rd period is pretty much the deciding factor. And Mishawaka makes a statement with that one. So back to receive, Kaz Hunt along with Fernando. Hunt has fielded all of these so far. Let's see what they decide to do here is just a low line drive.
Let it go again.
And once again, kicked out of bounds. And another mistake.
Boy, I can't think that's what he's trying to do.
I think he's trying to kick it to that up man on that side, which would be Brady Coffin, but I don't know why. Coffin's fast. He's got good hands. Well, he is an up guy, though. I mean, that's the take.
Yeah.
If you're not deep, you're. Yeah, come on. We saw the difference there on the other one with the Plymouth's up man that got the line drive there. Davis. Man in motion is Metzger. A whistle and a flag before the play even starts, and it's going to be offside, illegal procedure against Plymouth.
I think Metzger's kind of started upfield there a little quick.
Coy Gantz was on the field for that play. He'll come off now, and coming on will be Jose Fernando. First down and 15 now. Football at the 30, and boy, that's just a killer. Play that doesn't even get to run, and you're 5 yards back. Pitch now. Gibbons will bring it ahead, and once again, just a great tackle in pursuit. Alex Demigod with the tackle. They just pursue so well from the backside. Almost every tackle is made by somebody running it down from the back.
And what a great football name.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Now Shibley with the running back, trips to the left. He'll take it, and boy, they got that one sorted out too.
No.
Shibley makes him miss. Gets away from the tackle. He should have had another 5-yard loss. Got all the way up to the 40. As one of the up guys, Jaden Pyle, who was the guy who went off the field angry about something at the end of the last half, he's back out there with a vengeance. He shot through there. He had Shibley in his arms, and now he comes over the sideline, drives off his hands. I don't know whether he might have had something on him that made him slip, but a good gain of 5. 3rd and 5 now. Snap. Shibley takes it again, goes to the left side, picks his way through. He's all the way down over the 45 to the 47. It's going to be good for a first down. Brought to you by
First Source Bank. Shibley's kind of taken this game over a little bit, kind of stepping up with Holland's absence. He's had a really nice game running the ball.
I agree with you. Out of the huddle now. Has Gibbons to his left, trips to the right. Fernando, the man in the slot. There's a little bit of a jump by Mishawaka. They get back. Shibley again, just over the left side. Just a design run, direct snap and run. Nothing fancy. He goes down to the Mishawaka 47, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
And that's a good chunk play on first down. That's the situation Plymouth needs to be in. They need to be 2nd and 3rd and short. They can't give themselves long situations.
Out of the huddle. Wides to both sides now. H-back on the left. Running back is Gibbons. Shibley. Fernando in motion. They'll give it to him on the jet. He'll come around to the short side. Gets through the hole. Makes him play downfield. And a heck of a play out to the 35. Adam Hanley wants targeting. I don't know that I blame him. Ginter did lower the helmet and lead with it. And he wanted to get a call on that, but he's not going to get it. And you don't have any replay, or we'd stop and wait for 30 minutes while they went over it. 1st and 10, brought to you by First Source Bank. 4:28, clock stopped. Trips to the right side this time. Snap, handoff. Gibbons goes to the left side. He'll run over a guy, gets about 3. Real tough running in there, but makes something out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Gibbons does a nice job staying low. I mean, he's making it harder to tackle on him. He's kind of limping there a little bit, but he gets low when he gets hit.
I think he got a helmet on the thigh. They're going to make a replacement here for Hagee's going to come back out. He's the other running back tonight in that set. He is the backup tonight. He's been playing mostly defense this year, but he has been a running back most of his career. 2nd down now. Trips to the right. Snap. Shibley going to take it right up the middle. Boy, I tell you what. In there like a shot is Tristan Garcia. number 66, and he just stops it instantly.
It almost looked like Mishawaka was waiting for that play.
It did.
Yeah.
3rd and 9 for Hagee will come back out. Gibbons back. He'll be to the right of Shively. Man in the slot to the right side. H-back is on the left. Wides on both sides. And everybody moves on the left side. Everybody on the right side stays home.
Who are they going to give it to?
And we'll see. It's got to be Plymouth. Nobody moved, but you had Mahler and the tackle on that side is Carson Rivera. We're both off to the races. Everybody else is still in their stance.
So that's 2 illegal procedures on this drive, and those are
really tough.
They're hard to come back from.
Especially when it puts you at 15 away. I mean, if you're sitting at least within 5 or 6, but you're now 3rd and 15. And you're in 4-down territory, but still. It's easier when you have a manageable distance. Now we got another whistle. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout called by Mishawaka. So they want to talk over. They saw something they didn't like, so we'll take a break as well. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. Mishawaka, 14-0 leader over Plymouth. We'll be right back.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. We had to, after the timeout break by Mishawaka, we'll see if they've reset it the way they want. 2:51 to play here, 14-0 Cavemen. And Plymouth out of that timeout will have 3rd and 15. Football at the Mishawaka 39. Trips to the right side, wides to both sides. Snap, back to throw, Shively. Looking over the middle, has a man right there, and it just gets past. Fernando was open, came in and sat in the middle, a little bit behind him, and he can't bring it in. It's 4th down and 15.
And Metzger, he was running deep. He had a little bit of room there.
And Plymouth going to punt it away. Ryder Goodman will punt the ball. And once again, a promising drive stalls for the Rockies.
The penalty kind of just put them behind the 8 ball there.
Every game we cover, every team we cover, those penalties just kill everything. Nice high punt, going to come down inside the 5 and just gets into the end zone. So it'll be at the 20. Goodman put it down at about the 4, took a high bounce and just got into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 Cavemen at the 20, 2:40 to play here in the 3rd. It's even more than a missed play. A penalty that backs you up like that has just been a killer to every offense we've seen play this whole season.
Yeah, Plymouth's room for error tonight is 0.
I agree with you.
They can't have those fumbles, the penalties, a missed block, a drop pass, a missed. They just don't have room for that kind of error tonight.
Not when you're playing a top 5 team in the state of Indiana, whose only loss is to Penn, who's a top 5 in what, 6A?
Is that as high as they go?
Yeah, I think that's as high as they go. That eye look again, that's going to be the man in that back eye is Carson Francis. Snap and the handoff straight ahead. Boy, he is a completely different running back. O'Neal is suddenly carrying people with him. He has, you talk about a spark of energy and urgency. He's got it.
He does. I mean, it's the whole, all their offensive lines blocking with a little bit more pep, too.
6 on the play, 2nd and 4. Football is at the 26. 67-14 is the play call, so we'll see what that is. I feel like a jerk saying that because there's probably some coach, Bill Belichick is starting these plays probably. That eye look again. Snap. And a pitch to the man coming back around. That was a wing back on the other side.
Nice
And what
play.
a play by Ethan O'Leary. Fought off the block of Mason and made the play on Francis. That was a lot of razzle-dazzle there as the I-man was Mason. He came forward and led the way, and the wing back on the backside took a no-look handoff back the other way.
But it was enough for a first down for him.
It was. So they're fine with that. Clock continues to roll. Minute 30. 14-0 lead. Back to that T look now. Wing T look. Snyder sees something, backs off, and says a few things to the runners. He'll take the snap. He's going to keep it this time. And boy, Brady Coppin introduced himself rudely on that one as he picks Snyder up and drives him backwards. And so it'll be second down now. No gain on the play. Well, they're going to give him a yard on the play. Actually, give him 2 yards on the play.
That was one of those textbook tackles there.
He just squared him right up with the shoulder in the midsection and took him back. Second down and 8. 50 seconds to play here in the third. This could be the last play we'll see in this quarter. 14-0 Mishawaka lead. Out of the huddle, Snyder. See, Stubby, I don't know if he knows what he's looking at right now, so he's going to be here. He's ready to go. Now he'll pitch it. Mason gets to the corner. Boy, what a block out there by Francis. Just springs him for a huge gain. Francis just went out there, perfect stalk block. Didn't put anybody down, just stayed in front of the only guy with a chance to push it back to the middle. And a pickup looks like 25. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Plymouth.
And that was one of those big chunk plays that they really haven't given up yet tonight.
Just a pitch to that left side. And Mason, extremely fast, got to the corner first. And Francis helped him with the block out there. Now they got White out to the left of the man in the slot. Hand off. No, Francis keeps it again. Goes to the left side. He won't pitch it. He'll keep it. Goes down to the 37. Pickup of 5. And once again, just this methodical bang, bang, bang of the Mishawaka offense with another drive here in the third quarter. And that's going to end the quarter as we'll head to number 4. But it has been all Mishawaka here in this third quarter. They put one more across. And they lead this one 14-0 as we head to the final 12. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon with you. Second down and 4 for Mishawaka out of the quarter break. As we start the final 12, they have the ball and they have the lead, 14-0. T-look wide receiver is to the right side. Running back is O'Neal. In motion, Mason, snap, keeps it. Snyder jumps over his blocker at one point. He'll have enough for the first down. Just picked his way right through the traffic on the left side of the line, gets himself 5 yards for a first down, and Lathan Cotton won a flag. I think he got sucked into the middle, and now we got a kid down from Mishawaka, and we're going to have an injury timeout, and this is strange. He is on his face, and he ain't moving.
He's not moving, but, yeah.
So they're going to come out and have a look. I'm not sure what is going on here. The Plymouth trainer will come out to render some aid. Now he's going to stand up. That didn't look good to start with. He was just face down. That's O'Neal.
Yeah.
They're going to bring him off. They'll have to for a play, but that was not good looking. He was just laying motionless, face down.
I think he was just giving himself some time.
Yeah,
He's walking off. He's walking off fine. He might have got hit in one of those areas.
Weird place.
Yeah.
He is standing up straight though.
Yeah.
That kind of
walking around. They're not really giving him attention or anything.
Coaches
like
are going to come
that,
over and talk to him. He looks like he's okay. So for the moment, he'll be on the sideline, and on to take his place will be Ethan Flowers at the fullback spot. I bet we'll see Snyder carry the ball. What do you think?
I think that'd be a great option.
first and 10, 11:37 clock running. Snyder calls out a few instructions, puts a man in motion, and he'll keep it. Goes right up the middle, following the running back. He'll get 5 more. Well, Flowers did nothing. He led the way and cleared some people out for Snyder to sneak his way through there for a 5-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 5, football at the 25.
And Snyder's not only quick, he runs hard.
Yes, he does.
He finishes those runs, too.
Well, it's not hard to see why he's averaging 140 yards a game. Probably close to 1,000 yards with his output tonight. Was over 900 coming into the game. Now we got a whistle, and Plymouth says they got an offside call. I don't know how.
I think the linemen are looking at each other. Yeah.
They're having a rather heated discussion with the tackle on that side. This is number 64. I think Xander Nelson is the one they're going to call it on, but center and the guard over there kind of went over. And I think come on was probably what they were saying.
In some form, yeah.
Seconds down to 10. Snap, handoff this time is, O'Neal was really hurt. He just blasts through there, driving through people just gets the 5 more and 5 back and another one. So 6 yards on that carry makes it 3rd and 4. Football at the 24.
It's a big stop coming up for Plymouth. Obviously Mishawaka will probably go for 4 downs, but
I agree with you, but you got to get a stop here. You just have to, or at least a field goal. Snap, hand off O'Neal. Well, that's not going to happen. He's got the first down easily, and he will be drugged to the turf at the 17. It's getting a little chippy out there. The Cavs Hunt had his helmet taken from him, so he'll have to come off for a play. And they'll send out the Caden Barrera to take that spot at safety. 9:56 and counting, 1st and 10, Mishawaka. They have it at the Plymouth 18. Snyder changing something at the line of scrimmage, ready to go now. Snap, he'll keep it, pitches it. Outside, Francis will be close. Oh, he's going to step out way before I thought he did. Got run out of bounds, cleared down by the 7, but they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Mishawaka just looks like a different team this second half.
Absolutely different team. Much more urgency.
This is the team that I thought we were going to see in the first half.
Clock stopped at 9:40. Snyder, 2nd down and 5. Snap right up the middle. O'Neal tripped up, but he'll be close to a first down. They'll mark him short. They'll put it down at the 9-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. He's the one who looks drastic. Not that he looked bad. Let's make that clear.
Right.
It wasn't like he was having a bad game, but he looks like a completely different back. He just went into another gear here. And Snyder will take it. And that's the thing I think that's making it easier. He'll get the first down inside the 5. He's pulling that thing a lot more than he did in the first half.
He's kind of taking charge of the game here.
I don't know whether he's seeing it better, reading something differently, but he has taken a lot more of the load here in this second half. And so clock running at 8:53. It'll be first and goal at the 4. 14-0, Mishawaka. Snap, handoff right up the middle. O'Neal is picked up and deposited on the turf. That's Coffin again, another one of those textbook tackles. Hits him square in the midsection with his shoulder pad and just drives him straight down.
Coffin's had a real nice game on defense. He got that fumble recovery in the first quarter, and boy, he's made some real nice tackles.
He has here in the second half, especially. The first half, it was Ethan Hall who was having a night at that defensive end spot for the first time. Second down, 3. Handoff, no, he kept it. And Snyder once again jogs into the end zone. And 6 points on the board again for Mishawaka with 8:07 to play.
Nothing fancy, just kind of march down the field at their own pace.
I wonder how much of this is the offensive line, too, because they seem to be having a little more urgency as well. It's like I said, you had Ethan Hall and Verhage, and for a while he was out there, Vasquez were having her way up front every now and then. Now a snap, and I'm not sure who was offside on that one. And if it's on Plymouth, they'll probably go for 2, and it is. So it's going to be on Plymouth. That'll move it down to the 1. I'd go for 2.
Well, you would. I don't know like they feel like they need to.
I don't think they need to, but why not?
Well,
you're in a position where you're in control. You got a good team across from you. Maybe give it a try because you're going to have to do it sometime. And they're going to kick it again. I think they're going to take that on the kickoff, actually. So they'll put it back at the 3, and Vandenberg will kick it again. He gets it away. Looks good, and it is good. So we'll go to break with 8:07 remaining in this one. It is 21-0. Mishawaka with the lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, 21-0. Mishawaka lead. 8:07 to play. So this Def Leppard, are you gonna hear these guys tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, gonna go see Def Leppard. Yeah, looking forward to it. It'll probably be our 4th time we've seen them. They'll probably do the same set.
Your wife is a saint.
She is for a lot of reasons.
A saint
for a lot of reasons.
No way around that.
Yes, she puts up with a lot.
I can't even get my wife to go to concerts with me with the bands she likes. So I don't know what. Maybe that has to do with my personality.
No, that's not it. No, she's no
sarcasm in that.
No,
at all,
there
Joe.
was no sarcasm.
Thank you for the support, brother. 8:07 to play in this one. 21-0. Mishawaka leads Plymouth. Well, right now, if you're on that sideline, you're worried about your guys. You don't want them to get worn down. You don't want them to back off.
No.
You got a lot of mountain to climb, but you got some time to do it if you can make some plays.
Go down and try to score, just to make a statement.
One at a time. I mean, high kick. It's going to come down as Hunt will take it at the 7. He'll come forward, find some running room, breaks a tackle, gets into the deep units, all the way down to the 45. So Kaz Hunt has had a nice night returning kickoffs. Plymouth has had good field position almost every time they've had the ball.
That's what I was thinking about with the kicks out of bounds and the good returns and stuff. They have had good field position.
So let's see what they have drawn up here. Just one at a time here. Make a play, win every play. The rest of the game, see what happens. Up quickly. You're going to have to move fast. Trips out to the left. Gantz, the wide receiver in the slot. Shively keeps it. And I think they got that one sussed out. He'll get a couple, but they're closing that one down really quick. That was Camden Putz, one of the linebackers, closing that up. Looked like it had more there, but once again, I think the thing that has always amazed me about Mishawaka's defense in the last few years, they pursue from behind so well. A lot of their tackles are made from guys coming from the other side of the field. Now reverse, Fernando going to come back the right way, and he is not going to have much. They had that one sussed out too. Couple of yards on that, and it's going to be 3rd and 6. Football just barely. Well, they're going to set it right on the 50-yard line. So the razzle-dazzle misdirection doesn't work. Let's see what they got in the book now. Is Gibbons. Now he knows where he's going to go. Trips to the right side. Snap. Throw out here to the right, and it's way too far ahead of Gantz. He has no chance. So Shively misses him in the flat, and it's incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and you got to go for it.
You got to go. You really have no alternative here. If you knew you're going to go for 4th down, though, I'd like to, maybe run a play, get 2-3 yards, make it a little more manageable here instead of 4th and 6 or 7.
It was really not a difficult play or throw. Now, Fernando was going to go to the left side here as they're still directing traffic. It's like a little confusion. Man in the slot is Gantz. Now Shively going to look to the sideline. We're going to get a timeout. I'm not sure if they just wanted to see if they'd jump and now they're going to punt or what, but Plymouth will take a timeout here and come over and talk about it. We'll take a break and let you talk about it at home, and we'll be right back. It is 21-0 Mishawaka. Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon with you. Joe McKee, 6:49 to play in this one, 21-0 lead, Mishawaka. Plymouth calls timeout. Out of that timeout, they're facing a 4th and 6 right at the 50-yard line. It's make or break right here for the Rockies. Bunch set to the right, rolling out to the right, Shively. He's got a man at the sideline. If that's caught, it is an amazing, and it is. Christian Mahler with the catch. Great play by Christian Cruz Mahler to catch that, drag the feet. 1st and 10 Plymouth, brought to you by First Source Bank, and they'll have it at the 42 in Mishawaka territory. Wideouts to both sides. Fernando in motion. Handoff Gibbons. Boy, once again, they close it from the backside. Coming in from the left is Abraham Presidio.
And they're so disciplined. They stayed in their lanes there.
Just, you can say what you will about their offense, and it's great, but their defense just flies around out there. Shively going to the left. Tosses it up in the air. It's intercepted. Trouble. That might be 6. Tossed it up in the air. Went off somebody's hands in the middle there and got caught by Walker Hahn, who brings it all the way back to the Plymouth 35. So an almost 40-yard interception return. I didn't see the receiver in there that he was trying to hit. There was some traffic over the middle as Shively went back looking for the man. It was about the 25. It went off somebody's hands and ended up in the hands of Hahn, who made the most of it and beat it all the way down to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 Mishawaka, and great field position again. They're knocking at the door.
And they're not going to be in any hurry there. They're just going to, run their 3 yards, 4 yards play and eat some clock.
right now you wonder what you can do. I mean, you really got to have some kind of a turnover here if you want to have any chance at all. And you haven't had any help on offense, actually. Snyder runs out to the right side. He's got room, beats the man to the corner, turns upfield, and he'll make the mistake, I got to say, running out of bounds at the 28. So the clock will stop at 5:59, but a huge gain again, another 15 yards, and Mishawaka 1st and 10. And this is where it's starting to get a little ragged.
A little bit. I mean, you might look at the final score of this, and the game was a lot closer than what the score, I think, is going to read.
How many times have we said that? We said that against Warsaw.
Yeah.
You're within 7 with Warsaw in the fourth quarter. It's been an ongoing story here all year long. Handoff goes to Francis up the middle, but the frustration for everybody has to be is that we've been where we say we want to be, with a chance to win the game in the fourth quarter, and then just haven't.
A few plays, an interception, a penalty, just a few. But those are
things.
Those are the difference between winning and losing.
You're exactly right. And like I said earlier, I mean, every game we've covered this year, every team we've covered, it's the same thing. It's a penalty at an inopportune time. Maybe a turnover that happened on a drive that was going to score.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Bremen against Triton. All the way back at the beginning of the year, they had 2 shots at 1st and goal inside the 5 and couldn't score in that first half.
Yep.
And then lost it on a bad punt. So, you're talking about a few plays anyway. Rolling out to the left is Snyder. He's just going to run out of bounds. He had nowhere to go. He had Lebo chasing him.
No, but Snyder's he's a talented quarterback, but he's smart because he's gotten away from a couple hits. After the pitch and stuff, he'll make sure he doesn't get hit. That's just
he's saving himself. He's saving his body.
Yes, and there's no need to take that hit. I mean, so he just ran out of bounds. Took the loss.
Yeah, even he wasn't going to get out of that. There was 4 red jerseys around him. 2 had already put a hand on him, and discretion, the better part of valor there. And they'll come out, wing T again. O'Neal, the running back, 3rd down and 15. Snap, back to throw. Snyder rolls to the right. He's got a man back across the middle, wide open, and Plymouth has it. Pass was perfect to Colton Handley, who took a shot. And I don't know who it was. I think it was Woods. Came up and put a helmet on the ball. It popped right out of his hands into the defender's hands for Plymouth. And just like that, the Rocky defense makes a big play, and now we got a man down on the Mishawaka sideline.
That was one of those top 10 highlight plays there. The
ball was a perfect strike to Handley back across the middle. I never saw the guy that hit him.
I didn't either.
I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, wide open to getting a helmet right on the football, and it pops right into the arms of the Plymouth defender.
And he may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him there because he kind of got hit. He's walking off like that might be it.
Probably got hit right in the ribs and the forearm where the ball was and just knocked it directly into the hands of the defender. And Handley, on the positive note, will walk off under his own power, but you can tell he's a little sore on that right side. So Plymouth will come back out. They got a chance to do something with it. 4:54, 21-0 as the defense makes a stop and gives you the ball back. Trips to the right now, wide out to the left. You're going to have to move fast. Shively, snap, turns, throws, and I don't know which one zigged when they should have zagged. Shively dropped back. It was one of those quick screens out here to Metzger. Grady went back towards the middle of the field and then threw it behind him on the outside.
I mean, he kind of threw that sidearm, too. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but
he threw it to where Metzger was, not where he was going. So now we got a whistle, and I think you're going to – we got an equipment issue. There's my guy again, Garcia. He's going to come off. Number 66, Tristan Garcia. They list him at 5'11", 190, but I sure as heck wouldn't want to go one-on-one with him. Snap, Now back to throw again. Shively, man open in the slot. Fernando steps into the hash mark at the 20, catches it, first down Plymouth. Brought to you by
First Source Bank.
So big play. As Shively able to hit Fernando on that little slant. That's going to be open a lot. They're going to back up, I think, and play off of them. Men in slot both sides. Shively, snap, looking to the left side this time. Now back to the middle, chased out of the pocket. He'll run it. Try to get to the sideline. He does. He'll be knocked out at the 25, pickup of about 4.
Good gain, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock. Still got over 4 minutes.
4:29 to play. Second down now and 6. Football at the 25.
Plymouth's got 2 timeouts left also.
Out of the huddle, you're going to have that bunch set to the right here, wide out to the left. Running back Gibbons in motion, Fernando. They'll hand it to Gibbons. Back up the middle. Has some running room. And he'll get down for good enough for a first down over the 30 to the 33. Good block there by, once again, Sosa leading the way. And a first down brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Looks like that bunch set now to the left. Right side, Metzger's the wide out. Gibbons now behind Shively. In motion, Fernando. Hand off Gibbons. Up the middle. Into the secondary. Gets knocked down, but he's close to the 50. Another first down brought to you by
First Source Bank.
And Plymouth on the move now. 4:10 to play. They're on the ball quickly. 1st and 10, football at the 47. Shively ready to go. Slots both sides. Snap. Back to throw again. Looking way downfield. All alone! Fernando on the sideline. Has to tightrope his way down the sideline, and they're able to catch him. But a great catch. So you had to make sure his feet stayed in bounds. He tiptoes down the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds at the 14. It'll be 1st and 10, brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Plymouth up quickly. Going to have a bunch here to the left. You've got Davis and Fernando. And that looks like that Bremen set we look at. Gibbons runs over the top of that side. He'll get about 3 or 4. They knock him down at the 10. Clock running at 3:43. It's that set we describe from Bremen all the time where they put those 2 guys behind the tackle, 2 fullbacks. They're a little bigger for Bremen than they are with Fernando. Davis. Shively, man in motion, is Mahler. He'll hand it to Gibbons. They find him instantly. He'll get maybe a couple. They're going to knock him down, mark him at the 8. Be 3rd down now. 4 to go. You can still get a first down before you score. Clock running at 3:10.
Really important that Plymouth gets in here for a touchdown.
Gibbons going to come off. Now the running back is, I believe, Verhage. Yes, it is. He'll be on the right side of Shively. Snap and a whistle before, and we're going to have an illegal procedure against Plymouth.
Illegally proceeding against the Rockies, back them up 5.
So that'll take them all the way back to, I think, the 18. Yep.
It'll be 3rd and 9 now.
3rd and 9. And once again,
that's
penalty.
Yes.
Mahler and Fernando in the slot to the right, wides to both sides. Snap, back to throw Shively. Looking over the middle, nothing there. Flushed out of the pocket, goes to the left. Nowhere to go. Now he has a man in the end zone. He throws it into the arms once again of Hahn. The only question is, was he in bounds? And it's going to be an interception in the end zone by Hahn again. He had Fernando behind him with a little bit of separation, tried to dunk it over the top and just didn't get it over Hahn. And so a turnover ends another drive without points.
Another drive, promising drive. They were down there in the 10-yard and then a penalty. So that just kind of took all the wind out of their sail.
So with 2:35 left, Mishawaka gets it back, leading 21-0. And it's going to be another one of those nights where you are going to talk about what could have been, but basically it's in your hands. You had penalties and untimely turnovers that have cost you tonight. Mishawaka with that eye look now. And you don't have the right guys on the field. So coming on here late is Maddox Coonley. Snap, they'll hand it off. No, it's going to be Snyder again. They're not going to catch him. He got through everybody. He's going to go all the way for a score. Coming up behind, though, O'Leary almost got there, but Snyder just pulled it and went the distance. And that's the nail in the coffin. Got past that front line with nobody touching him and just sprinted past the last line of defense, and that's 6 more.
That's just how quick that offense can strike. He kind of felt that was going to happen throughout the night. It just hadn't.
So now the extra point. Blake Vanderberg will line up again to try to put another one on the board. Snap is good. The kick's away. And the kick is good. So with 2:24 to play in this one, it is now 28-0 Mishawaka. Take a break. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, 2:24 to play in this one. And Mishawaka's struck with a big play. It's an 80-yard touchdown run by quarterback Landon Snyder. He's got to be over 1,000 yards for the year. He came in at 930-something, and that alone was 80. I think he had about 40 or 50 in that first half, so he is probably over the 1,000-yard mark. O'Neill may be as well. He also came in over 900 yards in the year.
And they'll be back next year together.
Yeah, and they still have another week.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to tally a little bit more. And they'll kick it off again here. It's going to be Hunt and Fernando again deep. And it just, once again, I don't know about those guys, but I'm frustrated. Ground ball, Gibbons will pick it up. He'll move forward. And they'll kick him down at about the 33. Once again, some extra going on. Lathan Cotton has been in it with some people.
He has been. He's had a frustrating game, too.
The thing about it is, I'm saying that because, you look at it, and we've said it in this game. We said it against 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
You get into the position you've wanted to be in all week. You preach to your players, get us to the fourth quarter with a chance to win, and then the wheels fall off late in the fourth quarter.
And somehow Plymouth's got to get over that hump.
You're exactly right. It's a penalty. It's a turnover. It's a missed block. It's just, and they'll go back and look it over. Shibley with it, picking his way forward. He'll pick up about 11. He has looked great running the football.
He has.
Some of his decisions throwing the football, maybe not.
Missed a few throws, but he made some really nice throws, too.
And he also had a couple of guys drop perfect throws. So you're looking at just a situation where you got to build on what you got, but you've got to get over shooting yourself in the foot. 1st and 10. Snap. Handoff. Going forward. And new running back in here for Plymouth. That's Jimenez, the other freshman that they dressed tonight. Bentley will get 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Trips out wide to the right. Running back. Snap. And off again to Ramirez. And he'll go forward for a couple. Or Jimenez, I'm sorry. He will get a couple more. 3rd down and 4. Clock running, 1:10.
Because of the band concert here tomorrow, no cars will be allowed to be left in the parking lot.
You weren't going to leave your car in the parking lot, were you?
No.
They'll tell you.
No.
They'll tell you. In motion, Fernando. Snap, handoff. Jimenez again. He's going to have a first down, brought to you by First Source Bank. Going to be over the 45 to the 43. They still have their ones out there, too.
They do. What a great experience for the freshmen there.
I agree with you.
We have a good freshman class coming up. He's playing against a top 5 4A school.
And he's playing against the starters, too.
Yeah.
They have not taken anybody out on defense. Well, a couple of their linebackers are sitting, but those front guys are the same. And those guys in the secondary are the same. Jimenez again. Making a guy miss. He'll get down to the 37. And Finn Holland was unavailable tonight. I don't think that – Gibbons had a nice game, I thought.
They did. They stepped up. I don't know. Finn would have gave him a different type of offense, I think. But
we don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You'll never know. And that's going to do it, as they won't run another play. And our final tonight from Plymouth High School is Mishawaka 28 and Plymouth nothing. Take a break. We'll come back with our post-game show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on. It's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today. McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Time now for the post game, brought to you by McDonald's.
Well, we're back. Rusty Nixon with you, along with Joe McKee, as we've watched Mishawaka take a 28-0 win here tonight, and once again, I don't know what else to say. You tell your team, give us a chance in the fourth quarter. They did, and all the way to the end of it.
Yep, 7-0 halftime. Got the ball coming out of halftime. Just couldn't get that score. Couldn't get those big plays. Couldn't get over the hump. But we were right there for most of the game with Mishawaka.
And it was a tough one to take. And with us now, Nick Lankowski, the assistant coach here at Plymouth. And, we were just talking about it. You talk all week to your team about give us a chance. And those guys did. You're there with them in the fourth quarter. Just like at Warsaw. It just came off at the end.
Yeah, our defense, they played a great game. We didn't help them out offensively, and we need to pick them up when they're off the field.
That was the thing. I think that it even surprised Mishawaka a little bit at the way we were able to really slow down that running game in that first half.
Yeah, our boys wanted it, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We knew if we could get some stop or slow it down, we should have been able to punch it in and score some points.
Seemed like moving your linebackers into those end spots really, made a difference. They were crashing down and making some big plays in that first half.
Absolutely. Coach Corbett did a good job making adjustments this week, trying to fit the scheme to what Mishawaka does, and they set us up in perfect position.
Offensively, once again, it was great positives, and then bang, something would go wrong.
Yeah, every we have great positive plays, and then we do something that causes us to have a negative, and we don't recover from it. We got to get better at having a stronger mindset and just wanting it more.
You talk about next week too. You're not going to get a break. That's Concord. I know that people say that they were better last year. I don't know. I'm looking at this team thinking I think they're better this year than they were a year ago.
They're pretty good, and that's going to be a different atmosphere playing down at Lucas Oil. Something most kids in the state don't get to do, so it's going to be something special for both teams. We just got to want it.
Well, man, thanks for joining us,
Thank you,
go get them ready. We'll talk to you. I don't know, maybe not next week, the week after that or something. But anyway,
Thank you,
Nick Lankowski, the assistant coach here at Plymouth. And stay right there. We'll be right back.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Here's a play of the game brought to you by Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
And we're back at Plymouth High School, 28-0 our final as Mishawaka takes a win here in NLC action. And we've been talking about this for 10 minutes now, the play of the game or the player of the game. And all. We got a couple of guys that we really want to give a shout-out to, so we're going to give each one of them, because one of them made the play of the game.
Yep.
And that's going to be
Coffin. With fumble recovery in the first quarter, Mishawaka was having a nice little drive. Fumble recovery, stopped it, gave Plymouth really good field position.
So Brady Coffin, senior linebacker, gets that turnover for Plymouth, gave him a lot of juice, and just couldn't quite get over the hump with it. But that's the play of the game from Brady Coffin. We'll be right back, and we only have one other thing to do. That's name our player of the game. So stay there.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer. Bourbon Street Pizza presents the player of the game.
All right, we're back at Plymouth High School, and the player of the game, like we were talking about, it's almost co-players of the game. I mean, Brady Coffin, we gave the play of the game to, but he and I'm Ethan Hall.
Ethan Hall had a great game. First half, second half, made a lot of big plays on that defensive line and just showed a lot of his speed and power up there.
And he was an adjustment, as we talked about at the end of the game with Coach Lankowski. It was an adjustment by Brent Corbett, bringing a couple of linebackers into those end spots on the defensive line with Hall and Verhage, and they made a difference.
They did.
They really slowed down that running game, and I think it had Mishawaka. Well, you could tell by the way they reacted in the second half, a little bit frustrated in that first half.
It was kind of caught them off guard, and I think that was a good call by the Plymouth coaching staff.
So Ethan Hall, our player of the game tonight, and that's going to do it here. Thank you for joining me, as always.
Yeah, this might be our last time here.
It might be.
Rock depends on the playoff schedule. But
next week we will be at Culver Academy for Culver Academy in Glen.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't know that I've been down there in that field since high school. It's probably changed.
Beautiful facility. I mean,
yeah,
it is
I'm
a
looking
beautiful
forward to
facility. So we're going to be there for CMA against John Glenn for next Friday, while Plymouth goes to Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium. They'll take on Concord, and then we don't know where we're going to be because it depends on the draw. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But thanks for joining me. A couple of programming notes. Tomorrow morning we'll talk with all the area coaches about their matchups tonight, and we will also talk with Todd Vanderweel, who's the head soccer coach at Argus. I've lost count. This has got to be like 29 years in a row. He's playing for a sectional championship on Saturday. So we're going to talk to him for a little bit. There was a period of time, not that long, 5 years ago, it was a decade. They were in the semifinals.
That's amazing.
7 years in a row.
It's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing what he's done down there. But anyway, we'll talk with him as well as all the coaches from the area. We'll also talk to Madison Mishler, our Tony the Boss Ross Player of the Week from LaVille Soccer. She was a lot of fun. She's only a freshman. She really she's smart.
Okay.
She impressed me. Well, I'm dumb, but she's smart. She did a nice job. So we'll talk to her as well tomorrow morning. And until then, I guess, thanks for listening. You've been listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. Have yourself a great weekend.